Hello and welcome to Women of TTRPG's Thirsty Sword Lesbians game. Please join us today as we raise money for Planned Parenthood and also play mermaids together. I am so excited to be your game master today. We are fundraising for Planned Parenthood, and this entire stream is actually part of the Women of TTRPG 5th anniversary celebration, which is marking 5 whole years of Women of TTRPG. I'm so excited to have been invited to be part of this, to have these incredible players with me. And we are playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians, which is a game from Evil Hat Productions and written by April Kit Walsh. And yeah, just so excited to have you guys here. I am a pretty loosey-goosey game master / game master. So if you are, if you're looking for a rules-heavy, crunchy game, gang, we're gonna be smooching and sword fighting here. So I temper those rules heavy expectations because we're here for vibes and fun. But yeah, so if I could have everybody just quickly introduce themselves and say their pronouns. My name is Dani Carr, and my pronouns are she/her. And then we'll go around. We can. I'm not sure what everybody's what the order is. So. We've already got mermaid chaos. Amazing. I'm so excited to incorporate that.
You don't even have mermaids.
Mermaid chaos, bubbles swirl, and we're going to start with Candace.
Hi, everyone. My name is Candace, also known as Candace the Magnificent, and my pronouns are they, she, and a little sprinkle of he. I'm going to popcorn over to Brooke.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brooke. You might know me as Brooke Smart, and my pronouns are she, they. Gonna popcorn over to Diana.
Hi, my name is Diana Faye, also known as Diane with a rose around the internets, and my pronouns are she, her. Moz?
Hi, I'm Moz. You can find me everywhere. It's Mozzarelle, and my pronouns are she, they.
Phenomenal. Okay, so let us begin. And don't worry, that will not count as our proper mermaid chaos. I just got excited. I'll throw more chaos at you later. So welcome to the underwater city of Thalassa, Thalassa. This is a queendom run by 2 beloved queens, Queen Arabella and Queen Zelina. The entire queendom, I'm going to say that a lot because the patriarchy is instilled in all of us, and we are constantly fighting back against it. The queendom has lived as long as these 2 have loved each other. The entire city is the queen's children, and they are beloved, they are genial, they are benevolent, and they are unwell. Queen Zelina has recently come down with an illness, and Queen Arabella is at the end of her ropes, trying to find a cure for an illness that no doctor in the entire city can diagnose or fix. And so today, she has had enough. She calls forth her Queen's Guard. They are Caspian and Drea. She calls to them and bids them come to her bedchambers so that they may discuss what to do about her beloved. So you meet up outside of the large gates, the large doors that will open soon into the chambers, and you 2 lock eyes. Will you please describe for me what you both look like, Caspian and Drea?
Yes, Caspian is a rather broad mer person with a cusp of curly platinum white hair atop their head that looks like a faux hawk into a mullet. They are rather well put together, as much as they can be, with a tail that resembles that of a tigerfish. But the fin on one of the sides is torn and replaced by what looks to be a kelp mobility aid. Covered in scars and looks a bit surprised to see Drea.
Drea is a snake folk, so she's a sea snake. They have deep brown skin that ends in about halfway down their belly, just under like a little soft spot of fat. Right underneath is like this black and white kind of scaled tail with really beautiful flowy looking fins to help them glide through the water. They have a very curvy shape, very full bodied, and their black features are kind of very full lips with a permanent smirk, eyes a bit narrowed. Their eyes react to the light in this room, and react to the person they're seeing. Their pupils dilating a little bit into slits as she kind of smiles at you. They have long canine fangs, one of which has a bit of gold on the outside of it. And they have their long hair tied up into locks with the sides shaved. She's holding her glaive just kind of casually, and then kind of slings it on her back with a flourish. Oh, hello, darling.
Right. Hi, good to see you.
Always lovely to see you. Why do you have that face on?
Why do I have what face on? This is my face.
It
on
is
the
your
face.
face, but you've got a thing on your face, and you're just looking
A thing on my
like
face?
you're looking at me like you're surprised to see me, and I don't understand why.
It's endearing to see you show up.
I do my job as well as you. I just don't do it for the same reasons.
That I can agree to.
Don't worry, you'll stay the favorite.
I wouldn't say I'm the we should go in the door.
After
the door.
you.
Right.
They bow deeply, like with a very exaggerated flourish of their hand.
Rolling their shoulders back, Caspian will look at the door. Do you think it's polite to knock? Or
For you, knocking would be a waste of your time.
we will discuss that later. Raise my fist to knock very gently.
The doors swing open. It is. They are clearly made for a gentle arrival. There is a lack of pomp and circumstance here, despite this being a large castle, despite there being beauty and opulence. It is still as if you are arriving at the home of one of your best friends, where you are so used to coming and going as you please. You come in and you swim in, and you see Queen Arabella, who in her beautiful Queen Arabella in her beautiful pink skin, and her Queen Zelina in her beautiful pink skin, and in her beautiful blue tail. She swims over to you, and she immediately says, "Oh, thank you for coming. I have been worried sick. It is impossible to understand. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do anymore." And as she speaks, you can hear a gentle coughing beyond the in at the end of the room. The the curtains of the bed are drawn, but they're sheer, so you can just make out the form of Queen Zelina within them. And the thing that really strikes you is that Queen Zelina is the action-oriented queen. She is the one who is concerned with the day-to-day running of the kingdom and its protection. She likes to act without thinking, and is always the go-getter, while Queen Arabella tends to she tends to pull back and focus on the longevity and the needs of its people over time, very infrastructure focused. And to see this, to know that the queen, who is so to use the phrase on her fin, ensuring that she is always at the front of the line, to see her bedridden breaks your hearts in a way that is truly painful for you. And you know that this is extremely unusual for someone to be unable to not just to have an illness that cannot be diagnosed, but also one that they cannot even find an answer to even begin to treat her. And so Queen Arabella looks at you and takes Caspian's hands and gently squeezes them, and looks at Candace and reaches out another hand to take yours as well, and just says, "Please, whatever you can do, I'm out of ideas. I'm out of options. I've tried everything. I've spoken to everyone I can think of. Please find an answer. I cannot lose her."
I'll squeeze back and I'll kind of press a kiss to the back of my hand. Whatever you need us to do, we're going to fix this. I promise.
Thank you. She squeezes your hands and she gently releases and tries to put on the visage of the queen that she knows Zelina wants her to be. The queen that she knows Zelina fell in love with, just the woman of grace and power and kindness that she is. She lets it rest on her shoulders. The assets of the queendom are at your disposal. Please ensure that whatever can be done is done. If anyone argues with you, if anyone tries to stop you, know that I am backing you entirely. You may still encounter people who will try to guard their secrets, but whatever can be done, do it. And there is a fierceness to her that you have never seen on your friend's face. You realize that she has given you what's essentially immunity to figure out whatever is going on. So feel free to know that whatever you have to do, the queens are behind you. Whether anyone else will listen to that, that's on them. But know that you have a mighty backer in your back pocket, or a mighty shadow that is attempting to keep you safe, even while she stays here to tend to her wife.
I think hearing that fierceness come from the queen, there is a tightening of Drea's hand in her hand as she kind of reacts to that, and in that kind of beat of her kind of looking at us with this plea, I think there's a nice, like, solid pause, and then Drea kind of clears her throat softly. Your Highness, I understand that it is important, of the utmost import, for us to find this. The Queen is here, and you are caring for her, and it is wonderful that you have a love that will allow you to care for her when she is sick, and not hide from you or run from you and make you feel as though you can't change what's happened to her. And she, like, flashes her eyes next to her and back. But who's taking care of you, eh? While we are away, please make sure that you have someone. And, take this. And they just kind of sleight of hand and kind of palm their flask into the queen's hand. Our little secret, yes?
Oh, thank you. And you see her, like, very like ladylike, like, gently turn away and just full party girl, just, like, throw it back. And just, like, very gently, like, wipe her mouth, like, okay, thank you, that does help.
Of course, Your Highness.
And she just, like, gently like tucks it into, like, her little satchel. She's very grateful.
Drea looks solemn until we turn and leave. The second we're in the hallway and the door is shut, they have a huge grin on their face, like full fangs on display, wicked smile. Did you hear what she said? Immunity. Anything we want.
I need you to be normal. I need you to not get any ideas.
This is normal for me.
I need you to be the standard level of normal, not Drea normal. Just keep crime to a minimum. Minimal crime.
I will try to keep the crime to a minimum. But also you need to watch yourself, because I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that you're safe and nothing happens to you again. So, don't make me
Well,
do anything stupid, all right?
Well, I will endeavor to leave each ounce of stupidity with you.
Excellent.
I'll be safe, and first and foremost, we have to focus on the safety of the queens. And in doing so, we will ensure our safety as well, and the safety of everyone living here. It's zero pressure.
You're going to do wonderfully.
And you as well. My only gripe is that we have nowhere to start.
Nowhere to start.
Unless you
The
have
person who does everything by the books, wouldn't you suggest to go look at the books first?
But I do. I am aware of someone quite learned in aspects of, well, both medicine and history, I suppose.
All right, well, we'll try it your way first. And when that inevitably fails, because smart people don't know everything, we will go and try my way.
Fine. I will go to the books, and you will go to hopefully
A place.
not crime.
Don't worry about it. It's not
Can you say not crime? Can you just say not crime?
If no one is there to see it, it's not crime.
Give me your pinky. Not crime. Yes?
I will not do any crime.
Good enough.
Perfect.
Okay, I will set off on my way to go to the library.
She just takes her glaive off of her back and like pretends it's like a little paddle as she swims away and like looks over her shoulder at you.
I assume, based on everything that I know of Drea, that you are headed to let's see if I can remember what I named it. Let's see if I can find it. Hang on. Haha, everything's fine. I'm really good at stuff. I have all of my notes right at the ready. Yes, you are headed to the Hinge, which is the more criminal area of Oyster Lane, the market square. And
Yes.
whereas Caspian is headed to the library of Thalassa, which sits directly in the center of the city. And so both of you part ways for now. And I think we'll start with Drea as you enter the Hinge, a marketplace like any other. There are street vendors selling obaata and selling nori and all sorts of delicious of delicious food. The smells and the are enough to make your mouth water, but you are focused on your intent, and you know that you need to locate someone who might know things and know of things. And so as you swim past all of the amazing the octopi who are making these incredible seaweed noodle broths, and also the many shady deals of potentially ill-begotten potions and accoutrements that line this area. People don't ask questions here except when answers are needed, and you know exactly where to go to find someone who's very good at finding things that were not meant to be found.
I think Drea kind of sidles in through these areas, going down channels that they are definitely familiar with, but haven't had to use in some time.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely an air of kind of pompous, I guess it's the vibe that she's supposed to be there, that they fit in. And they try to kind of square their shoulders a little bit as they straighten their back and glide through, looking for someone who looks like they might have information. They're they'd probably go to either a bar or a restaurant, or like if this were the real world, like a nail salon, somewhere people tend to
Yes.
gather.
There's
gossip.
100% a nail salon.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would be the first place they would look, because that's where everybody spills their secrets, like some kind of salon environment.
I love this. I'm going to have you. What do we think? Do we think that this would be a daring or grace roll to see how I'm going to say daring
Okay.
to make your way through the marketplace of the Hinge and look like you 100% belong there, and also that you should not be fucked with right now.
Okay. That's an 8.
Amazing. Okay, so we will say that is a mixed beat. So what we'll say is that you do have a success in making your way through and finding the nail salon. And we'll say that it's Creature's Claws is the name of it, and it's actually the proprietor is an anglerfish whose name is Creature, and they use their little light to do the shine on the gels to make sure that they stay on, and that's what they use their little anglerfish light for. That's how they figured out that they were really good at this. Bless Creature. And so you do make your way there, and no one bothers you, but you get a lot of eyes. You have a feeling that that you have been noticed, and that it is very likely that word is spreading that you are here. So you weren't unnoticed, but you are successful in finding your destination.
I think Drea sets like an internal clock to count down how many minutes of safety they may or may not have. They have had a lot of wins here, but they've also left a lot of broken deaths and broken hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And she is doing everything she can to just do her job and get out. She promised that there would be no crime that they would do.
Mm-hmm.
So the longer they're in there, the lower the chances that they're going to be able to get out of there without breaking that promise. So they're
amazing.
Just trying to slip in.
So in you go, and you see a beautiful nail salon. All of the counters and mirrors, and there are numerous, and there are several merfolk within there, all getting their nails of different varieties taken care of. And you see several anglerfish again beaming their lights down, or using their very sharp teeth to draw intricate designs onto the nails. It's an incredible industry, and everyone here is clacking, and it is gorgeous. And you spot now. Now answer for me, my darling Liana. Would they be getting their nails done? Would they be assisting, or would they simply be enjoying the vibe? Because Liana would also know that this is a place where one can gossip. What do you think Liana is doing here at Creature's Claws?
If this was the area of town where everyone talks, there's of course a back room where people just wait or lounge or enjoy, and there is family here, found family here for Liana. So it's always like, I brought food. Ah, fine, sit in the back kind of energy. Like, don't disturb. I'm like, okay. Liana is in the back. Imagine like the curtain is the beaded curtains that's going through, and they'll take they'll take their coral sword with like a little handle to it and just part the beads. And seeing Drea ask questions, when they get up, each step that they have has a clink to the ground one at a time, until they kind of put the sword in front of Drea. When they look at Liana, there is an iridescent jellyfish kind of blob, very, you know, plumes of beautiful pink purple. But Drea knows them, and when they turn a little bit, the plume kind of turns to a little white, as if something is mimicking a jellyfish instead. And they go really close up to Drea and says, "Are you looking for me, sweetheart?"
Drea hears that voice, and they don't immediately recognize it. So when they turn to you, there's a very provocative look on her face. Eyes are kind of narrowed, eyebrows raised, lips are very pouty, and she says, "Oh yes, I'm looking for someone who could give me information. Is that you?"
You can get all sorts of information here for the right price or the right nails. If you're looking
Oh,
for, they like
let's
kind of
let's
gesture for your hand. No,
skip
these
the
are
nails.
beautiful.
You
Are you
can
sure?
take it. Well, I mean, I might have time.
Gemma, did you hear? Skip the
You have
nails.
time. I'm really just here for information, but I admit you've piqued my interest. What do you know about any strange goings on while I wait for you to finish? And they kind of primp and pout and put their hands in front of you. They're not wearing their official guards uniform, obviously, out here. She's changed into like a fitted vest that kind of buckles right underneath their plentiful bosom. It is very low cut and made out of almost like a seagrass kind of material that's like been dried and then like refreshed. And they have a little like belt made out of kelp leather kind of slung around their lower half that has a dagger in it. Their glaive is on their back, and they sort of just study you. New and yet familiar. What's your story?
They kind of pace to the rest of everyone who's like here at the nail salon. And with the demeanor that Liana has, it just feels haunted and kind of like they're wearing a long overcoat, beautiful red underneath, curvy legs, and they have this gold, beautiful engraved, like it's carved out of something for one of their legs, and they just like tilt down, look up at you, kind of scan you. Have we heard about this? Have you heard about this? To everyone at the nail salon, is this something we know about?
You hear a gentle tittering amongst everyone. The news of the and everyone's like, oh yes, we've heard of many things. Oh, absolutely. We know exactly why someone of Drea's persuasion would be
Drea.
here looking and asking questions. You hear, you just all these different voices are piping up, and then you hear the queen and unwell, bedridden, all of these different as everyone chimes in and pops up with information as they immediately begin to essentially begin to narc Andrea.
Drea holds up a hand. I didn't come here to be read for filth. I came here to find out information for our queen. Yes, I am.
That is the
God.
price
That
you
is
pay to
true.
walk in a nail salon, Drea.
I understand, but also, I mean, haven't I done my time? I'm not exactly new around here.
Yes, they'll go to like everyone who's like, all, not all at once. They've paid their, not you two. Don't speak up. They enough. They've done it. They've paid the price.
much tittering. But there a quiet comes as again they watch these two lieges speak upon important matters. It is very much the air of quiet fives, a 10 has entered. I'm an 11, but continue. Of the conversation that is here. And you do see one an angelfish that flits over to the beads and parts them and says, if you would like to have a bit of privacy, you could come into the back room.
Oh, thank you. I would really appreciate that. I appreciate your hospitality. I wish other people might extend their hospitality to me. Do you have any snacks or drinks that you could offer? She leans on her glaive. They look very exhausted and miserable.
The angelfish sort of clears its throat, gills, and I gives a little oh yes, of course, and flits away to go and into sort of the workers' room to go find some delicious jelly shots for you. And so, but you may take the back room if you would like, or you can step out into the marketplace itself. It is entirely up to you, but a back room has been offered for you to speak privately, or you can continue to converse here in the salon.
I think Drea would walk into the back room, ears burning from the scathing approach these other people have taken with them. And I think once back there, if you come in after them, Liana, I think you see Drea there asking for your hand. And if you allow them to take it, they'll spin you around into the chair, but get very close right up in your face. So tell me everything you need to know about me so that you feel comfortable telling me about you and what you might know about all of this.
They're just a little dizzy from the spin and just really close for a second. And when they sit down, they're just fanning themselves. They're around their neck are a ton of necklaces and chains that are kind of coming out with different little artifacts, little things that are just glinting, shining, beautiful. And they're just hiding it back up. Wow. Well, what an introduction. Everything that I know about you. Wow, I think you would know my name.
They get closer to you and their eyes are a little glassy. And their
Liana,
lips are
nothing?
3 inches away from yours.
They're meeting that gaze back. And they're just nothing? The one who swam closest to the Sirens and survived? No, nothing. Wow. I thought that story went far. Guess not.
Yes, that is a story. They reach down and stroke the bottom of your cheek, but scoop your necklace up in their fingers. Liana. Oh, for Christ's sake. I said I wasn't going to do any crimes. What are you doing in a
kind of
nail
hold
salon?
you by the collar and just bring back the 3 inches away. It's then why did you step in here?
Because I need to do my job.
Well then, I guess change my name to Crimes.
Good heavens. If you allow it, they definitely lean in for a kiss, but they want that information.
They will allow it.
Yeah, so I think when you say that,
first kiss.
T-minus 45
For sure.
minutes to first kiss. We did it, chat.
Yeah, it's very passionate and a little bit vicious. They're upset at being deceived.
I would say that
They're
after...
incredibly happy at deceiving, and they're they're kissing one of the Queen's guards. So they're this is amazing.
I would say that this definitely qualifies as finally kiss in a dangerous situation because that was a lot of tension and I am here for it. And so I will say that you each take a +1 to get to your next destination when you choose to get there. Just know that you have a +1 to any of your rolls as you move to the next area once we get there.
So now that's out the way. What is it that you need from? Well, we haven't really talked about a price, have we?
Money is not an issue.
Great. So, shiny things and all. What do you need from me?
I don't know.
Information is plenty, but who you get it from, what you exactly need, we'll be looking through stacks and stacks of things and talking to people, which
The
I can
que-
do on my best days. Today's a Tuesday.
The Queen's people, her doctors, they've exhausted all of their particular research. I'm looking for something that might be, I don't know, a little bit more esoteric, but I don't want to go to Gracie's without someone who understands the apothecarist, and Lord knows I've never asked them for anything more than a hangover cure, so perhaps you could do the talking.
Oh, yes. Everything here in the Hinge works with talking. Family is built on little connections and ties. So, of course, there are apothecaries who, well, dabble in a little bit more fun. So, there could be something we could find.
And I will say, Moz, you know the name Gracie. You know of Gracie's apothecary. It's one of the while Gracie herself is very unassuming, she is absolutely one of the few apothecaries in town who is absolutely willing to work with the Henge and does so often. To her, there is no difference between amongst anyone who needs assistance versus whether or not they are willing to pay for it or whether they want to do it underhanded. That's not her problem. If they need a potion or if they need some sort of healing, then she's going to always try to give it to them. So you very much know of Gracie and you very much know of that apothecary, and you have you want to go. You two definitely want to go and see her so that you can understand a little bit more about what exactly people have been people of a more medical profession have been saying about the Queen's illness and what has and hasn't been tried exactly.
I guess I do have a name. Let's see. One, I wonder if they're available, but they kind of like tilt your chin up. Do you wish to stay or do you want to go on a trip?
I think we can take this show on the road.
Oh, good answer. And they just get up, kind of boop that nose, and start walking ahead. And they sheath the coral sword back.
Fantastic. So you two are headed to Gracie's apothecary. As a note, you will be using because we've got Liana leading the way here. We're going to make sure that y'all remember that you're using the back entrance. You're using the entrance that is more often the one that Gracie has for those who are wishing to have more clandestine affairs. And so now we go back to Caspian. And Caspian, you're headed to the Library of Thalassa. You have been here many times. You know this library very well, and now you are standing out. You are floating outside of the this beautiful building of abalone white, where there's it's up on a little bit of a hill, and you see that it glimmers and shines in the gently undulating blue of the water, and there's these large, beautiful windows that seem to always be just pulling in light, and light from places that it seems to be impossible to pull in. There's a bit of an unnatural light source about this building, and it just shines and glows with the potential of learning and knowledge. It's a beautiful building.
I roll my shoulders back for a moment and tug the little shawl that I put over my otherwise quite exposed body, because this is a place of learning and not distraction. And on the same token, I take my trident and I place it by the door because it's a place of learning and not violence, and I don't want to bring weapons into that space. And now that I'm thoroughly convinced I will not commit a social faux pas, I will enter and search out the person I at least have somewhat of a rapport with.
It wouldn't take long to find her, as standing in basically the entrance of this place and learning and not violence. She is floating in the center of the entryway, waving around what looks to be a large scythe and using it to point in various directions at various corners of the library and yelling into the abyss a little bit and going, hey, that book goes over there. No, wait, hold on. What did I tell you about this? Oh, hi. And she turns towards you. You see in front of you a mermaid that has this sort of very translucent scaling to her, very unusually pale. She's got these sorts of rows of deep blue, almost black dots running vertically down her body, and her tail itself has little tendrils that move away from her but kind of follow her movements in the same way that like a leafy sea dragon would have, except made of skin in the least weird way possible. She has these unusually webbed ears and webbed hands that are curled around the handle of this scythe, and her hair shows a bit of what would be in our world Latine features, where it's a little bit more curly and tight curls in a sense. And her eyes, as they turn to you, are almost white, but she definitely can see that you're there. And she just goes, "Oh, hey, good to see you. Places!" And she yells into the rest of the library, where you can now see a bunch of mer children swarm out from the bookshelves, and a couple of them still have what seem to be slates in their hands. Some of them quickly like sprint around, drop them at the base of a bookshelf, and then go over to one specific corner of the room, which has this red semicircle of carpet in it. What would be carpet? It's mostly like seagrass. One of them, the oldest of the bunch, picks up a book and starts beginning to read aloud from it. Something about poetry, something about the enticing abyss, something about romance and how it ties in with life. You can tell they're making it all up, though, because they're definitely reading upside down. Meanwhile, this character, Aura, turns around and looks at you and goes, "Hey, yeah, don't mind me. Just handling the underwater reading program, as usual. Don't worry about any of that. What's the Queen's Guard doing here?" Yeah.
It's kind of a secret mission, and I can see you're busy. I don't want to take up too much of your time if the little rascals are waxing poetic.
I think they're trying to. They're waxing something. And you can see her quickly like motion over to the oldest and do a little like turn it around motion. I can help. Is this about the queens?
Wow, we're so good at keeping secrets. Wow.
No, they told me about it. I mean, I'm kind of, a repository of info. They come to me first when it comes to weird illnesses. And I'm going to tell you now, I haven't seen much. The slates don't really describe her symptoms all that well. And
you're smarter than me. I need someone who's smart. The only other person I trust is currently out, and you can never tell them that I said that. But I need someone who's smart. It's not here.
Uh-huh.
So I need someone who I know can retain information better than I can, and maybe knows where to start. I have someone. I have someone that we could perhaps go to, but if she tells me things and I don't remember them, then I failed the queen, and the entire city falls to ruin, and we all cry, and maybe things light on fire, and there's no after-school reading programs anymore, and it's
Right, right. And this confidence thing of yours or lack thereof, does that work into the equation at all? Or is that
absolutely it
something
does.
that we're
Yes,
gonna
yes.
Okay.
Please compensate for everything that I lack.
You
It'll
know,
help.
I'll do it this time, but only because I'm guessing the queens fed you that line where they're like, the entire kingdom's assets are at your disposal or some such thing. Tell me they said that.
Let me sweeten the pot of my incredibly good pitch already. We have complete immunity. So,
Oh.
don't you want complete immunity?
I'm sure I can think of a use for it. Timmy! She turns and she yells to the eldest in the corner and she goes, "Listen, tell them to work on the deep sea decimal system, and the first one to get it all sorted by the time I get back gets a trinket, okay?" And she picks up her scythe and she swims behind you.
As you say this, you see Timmy, who has just this mop of curly red hair, and he looks up at you and he just goes, "On it, boss!" and
Right.
immediately swims over. He's got a little shark tail, and immediately swims over and starts like ordering people around. You do worry that you may have given the wrong person too much power, but that's a problem for later.
Just don't forget to lock up. It's here, I just leave a key on a desk. It kind of floats a little bit in the middle of the air through unknown means. Like try to tap it into place. It's fine. It's fine.
As you do that, you see coming around the corner, you see a woman who I can only describe as the typical like librarian, where she is somehow it's somehow even her mermaid tail is this very severe black. Her top is white. Like she looks like a pencil skirt as a mermaid, and her hair is in this very tight bun, just right on top of her head. And she looks at you and she just glares with the fury of a thousand suns, and just says, "Shh."
Okay. We should go.
Ma'am, I have to commend you as a member of the Queen's Guard, seeing educational facilities run as effectively as I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
Aura. Hi.
Aura
Yeah, I
has
guess I
been
should
running
have.
them. It's been an exceptional check-in, and I assure you, I will deliver this information and see if we can grant
Tristan
you more funding.
rolls her eyes and is already gone.
I tried.
In fact, I will even have you. I just remembered that we're playing a game. I will have you roll. Let's see. We'll say that is. We'll have you say grace for this. Go ahead and roll me grace.
Unfortunate.
Oh no.
Okay. 8.
Ooh. Okay. Then the worst that you get is that she does, her name is Tristan. She does roll her eyes and float away, having decided that you two are just not worth her time. She shushed. She did her job. But you do have, but you, if this was a Telltale game, you would get the Tristan will remember this.
No.
Little notification. So you may now head wherever you would like, if that is to stay in the library, if that is to head to another area of town where the entirety of Thalassa is open to you.
Yes, Aura, clasping my hands behind my back a bit austerely. There is an apothecary perhaps I could take you to. I know Gracie, you might be familiar,
heard the name. Yeah, I can
Yes,
head that way.
very competent. So I thought maybe we could go there, and if she uses what she likes to call sophisticated diction, you'll be able to process that.
Yeah, I love dictions. Let's go.
Oh, perfect.
And so the two of you as well begin to make your way to Gracie's apothecary. And I would say that you two use the front entrance. Um, so as both sides of our team of Queensguard and their companion arrive at Gracie's apothecary, while we have Drea and Liana entering from the back, they see what is essentially an alleyway to there's boxes and crates. You see there's a few broken potion bottles on the ground, and a door with of wood and bronze that you can just gently knock upon, and you knock and you wait for someone to let you in. Whereas Caspian and Aura come to the front, and they see this beautiful sign in green and gold, in this very delicate cursive handwriting that reads Gracie's Apothecary, with these beautiful large windows, and but currently the curtains are drawn, but that's not unusual. They tend to be drawn. It's as if she got this real estate and was like, oh, these are really big windows, but I'm not going to utilize that in any way. And so you see, as you push open the door, there's a little tinging of silver bells, and you step inside, and you see the walls are lined with beautiful, differently shaped glass bottles, and ingredients hang from the ceiling, different herbs and different mixing tools and things like that. It is the apothecary shop of dreams, and there is only what can be called as organized chaos in here, and there are books on the shelves. It smells both incredible and terrible at the same time. You're not sure how she managed it, but she did. And as you swim in, you see Gracie pop her head up from behind the counter, just as she hears a knock at the back door, and you see this plump and buxom, pink-skinned, dark hair merwoman of a large pink jellyfish bottom, and she bobs up and she says, "Oh, hello, Caspian. Oh, and hello, Aura. Just give me one moment, one quick moment." And then she scurries out the back door, and gently opens the back door with a crack. You two don't see this, but obviously Drea and Liana see Gracie with her one silver eye poking out the crack door, and says, "Oh, good. I love when things time well." And she swings the door open and invites you both in. And as you swim in through the back, you see that Caspian and Aura are in the front room. And it seems that you have all four of you arrived at the exact same time to Gracie's apothecary.
Are you here to do crimes? You told me
Indeed.
I can't do crimes, and then you're here.
It's an apothecary. You don't do crimes in an apothecary.
Where are we, though? The
You
apothecary
came in
is
back entrance. You doing crimes? Hey, back
course
entrance
not.
crimes. You
No.
promised.
No crimes. No crimes whatsoever. I was going through the back because I wanted to protect our queen's safety, but of course you're going to do it by the book and just stroll right in the front so everyone knows the Queen's Guard is looking at the apothecarist.
Maybe I was a social visit. It could be. I have a life.
Sure, but I mean, if you carry a little baggie out, then there's going to be talk. So you better get some tail ointment or some hair cream or something while you're here.
I will.
Good. Excellent.
Gracie leans over the counter and says, "I did get that shipment in of the cream for your tail. I do actually think that it will be really helpful in terms of the care for your striations. I think it will do a lot in helping with the chronic pain. And so if you do want me to wrap that up for you, I don't think that any crimes happen here. I simply offer my services to all, so I don't think that you need to worry about anything, okay?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. Which
Thank you,
striations? What
Tracy.
striations do you have? Are you all right?
I'm completely fine. Don't you worry. Fine
No,
as
no, no, no,
always.
no. You've special ordered a cream. I was joking, but you seem to have done this,
I
and now I'm concerned that you have an issue that I don't know about.
I didn't order it. Gracie ordered it.
Well,
For you.
I happen to be Caspian's caretaker whenever her tail's acting up. I always see whenever she had the accident, she came and she saw me, and I was the one who helped her get better and take care of her so that she could be at full health again. I would say that I did about a 95% good job, but
You did
you know.
100% a good job. You're so talented. You're so good at what you do. Never get that.
Yes,
Oh, thank you, Caspian.
Oh, I owe you so much for saving them. It's wonderful that they had someone. I'm glad that you had someone to take care of you when you were sick, and
Well, she was there.
to confide in, and let know that something was wrong, despite the person asking many times to see if you were fine. It's
I
good.
was.
It's good.
I
Wonderful.
was because she was there.
Yes, I was. I was
Yeah,
not.
it's
I
over.
completely
They had
understand. You're a
walked
very
in.
busy person.
Yes, of course.
They had walked in after Gracie, and that plume of jellyfish that they had, that had turned into like a little bit of a like this. At least Drea saw from behind that this tentacle came out and turned into more of an anglerfish instead, as they're kind of navigating the store, and they're just pointing it towards Aura. Are you part of this? Are we? Is this a thing?
Uh,
Did you? Is this a trap? Why are we all? Is this good timing, Gracie? Is this?
it doesn't feel like good timing. It feels like we should be in a therapist's office as opposed to an apothecary's shop. No offense, Gracie. I'm sure you do
Okay.
great.
Oh, I don't dabble in that.
Okay, yeah. What are we doing specifically here? Gracie, do you know anything about the and I look over at the two Queen's Guard, give him a little wink, and then I lean in really close and I go, about that whole thing where the queen is dying?
I would love it if you could roll me a heart for emotional awareness and expression, just to read the room.
My character is canonically read the room at a kindergarten level. That's a 6 plus nothing.
Amazing. So that is known as a downbeat.
boy.
So I will say that for this, that you don't even notice that this was not maybe the time, but I will say that you do gain you do gain a condition where
no.
it's almost as if there is some part of you that, even though, like, to the front of your head, in the front of your mind, you're like, nailed it, you do still have a little bit of a, like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have stepped forward. Maybe I came in a little too hot. So I'll say that you have the condition of guilty right
Got
now. Gracie just kind of tilts her head, and then she again looks at Caspian and says, I didn't know that was supposed to be spread around. Is everyone talking, or is it just this group?
Apparently, they know things, and apparently more people know things than I anticipated, and that I think anyone knew about that was supposed to know about it.
I see. Well, the Thalassian gossip kelp just apparently runs even better on time. So she just sort of runs her fingers a little bit, and just gently pats down her baby ends, and says, "Okay, well, I was consulted as one of the practitioners to try and assist Queen Zelina with her difficulties right now. Unfortunately, I was not able to none of my potions really seemed to work. I felt so bad about it, and it was really just, it was a whole mess. I felt just so guilty that I couldn't actually assist with anything.
Gracie, that is not your fault.
But still, I was doing my best, and Queen Arabella was just so upset about it, and she really is having a really hard time keeping her emotions in check. I really am just so concerned. And she kind of info dumps a little bit, but mostly about her own feelings. But she eventually gets back to the point, and is like, however, I did hear a little rumor that there is something to be said for the old ways. Now, I know that the queens are not a huge fan of incorporating the ways of the sirens into their new technologies and things. After all, they've been dead for a very long time. But I have heard some rumors about a garden, that there is a place that has incredible healing herbs and all sorts of magical plants that can help with any ailment, and that it is rumored to be somewhere in the deep sea. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I have been hearing lots of things about it, again, in the apothecary circles. And when we mentioned this to the queens, they were very hesitant to go chasing after conspiracy theories. I personally don't think that it's a conspiracy theory. I think that it has as much validity as anything in the mausoleums.
Like a theory, a fairy tale, even ones who have swam out to the deeps think of this as just, you're talking about the the garden. That's a scary tale. That's a fun little thing you tell the little ones. Like,
Well,
that's
yes,
it.
because if it exists, most likely exists beneath the currents.
Mm.
And at the word "the currents," all four of you just feel a shiver run down your spine. There is a tale that is told to every merfolk, every fish, every individual who lives in Thalassa, that the sirens have long warned to stay away from the currents, a whirlpool that descends into a darkness that no one's eyes can pierce, and whose currents rip and tear and destroy even the hardiest of souls. It is well known to be a place that is off limits, and anyone who even speaks of the currents in a way that isn't as a warning is fined, we'll say. There's no jail here. They would just be, they would get a little slap on the wrist and be like, hey, don't do that. But it's still, you still don't like it. But yes, so you all have heard of the currents. You all, not it's very unusual to have heard of the garden. That's very much a definitely something that Liana would have heard of through just, again, the gossip chains, the gentle titterings of many people. But it is something that is it would be impossible to reach, if it even exists.
It's as if they're getting a little bit taller, and their little anglerfish light kind of is like that flashlight in a horror movie, kind of like covering their face. Very angular, a little bit of a button nose, but their eyes are gleaming. Just, I understand we have a job to do and responsibilities. We're not going to the currents, are we? Is that really what we're about to do?
My
Is it-
mother and her grandmother and all of the femmes in my family do They were known to be a little bit superstitious. I've heard lots and lots of stories about what the siren meant and where we should or should not go, and I'll be honest, I'm not afraid of the dark.
I mean, if it's kept buried for that long, it's easy for things to get mixed up and over the course of time. I mean, half the slates I have in the library, and she kind of looks at the two Queen's Guard members in particular, and she goes, maybe an eighth of the slates I have in the library are just completely in disrepair. You know, we don't know what they're actually hiding down there. For all we know, it's just a ghost story.
Every story has a grain of truth to it. And if we must brave the currents to save the queendom, I fear it might be our responsibility to do so, as scary as it might be.
Gracie immediately looks extremely concerned. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have told you guys about that. I'm sorry. I would say that if I wouldn't just go to the currents. I would say maybe do a little bit of research first. Maybe go to the library or something and see if there's anything else you can find. Maybe about the sirens. Maybe you can listen to the original song. Maybe there's a little bit more information or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Darling, deep breaths.
Okay.
Okay.
As you're telling people all about how the Queen is lying bedridden and ill, please, why don't you instead focus on the fact that we are graced with two queens, and one of them is perfectly in control and powerful as anything, and nobody wants to be caught dead slandering her spouse.
Oh, I would never.
Not you, darling, not you.
Oh, goodness.
Just
Oh.
people out there in the streets.
Oh.
And they kind of like look off and out like the window.
Gracie follows your eyes, and you both like stare at the curtains that are closed. No light is in.
You catch my
missed a
meaning.
calling. You missed a calling as an actor.
You understand.
No, I get it. And then Gracie dives behind the counter again, and just one second. And you hear the clattering of glass bottles against each other and different items. You hear something shatter. It's fine. And then she pops back up, and she has this little clamshell. And she brushes her hair out of her face, just immediately gathering her composure. Caspian, if you would like, if the garden is real, it is going to have a lot of herbs, and I want to make sure that if you find all of these plants, that you can find the ones that are going to have the most healing properties. So here, take this, and she hands you the clamshell, and if you open it, you will find that inside it is it looks like it's just a compact. It looks like it's a little compact mirror. And then as she hands you that one, then she pulls out another one that looks identical, and she's like, you can talk to me on this, and you can show me the different herbs of the garden, and then I'll be able to help you figure out which ones that you should bring back. And you could use that to really just talk to me whenever, if you wanted to, but only if you wanted to. If you ever just needed to call me about medical stuff, or like if your tail hurt, or if your back hurt, or if anything that you needed my help with, it's just an option. I just wanted you to have it. Okay.
They just sit there and listen to her talk.
And
you can contact me whenever you'd like as well. This thing goes two ways, right? I don't have to initiate.
Yes, it does. No, it does.
Then
I actually didn't think about that.
you could. You have blanket permission.
Oh, ooh, blankets. Okay, great. And then she just goes as like her pink skin just like gets even rosier, and you realize that this is what it looks like when she blushes. And she goes, okay, well, let me get that ointment. Does anyone else need anything? Oh, yes.
Sorry. Also, the ointment. You're really good at the sales thing. That sounded really cool. If I could just have a little bit, that sounds nice.
Sure, of course. And anyone else before I go to the back?
Oh no, get what you need. I think we need to make a plan, and I might need. Well, Gracie, you do talk to everyone here, hinge everyone here in the queendom. My apologies.
Patriarchy. It's terrible.
It's just. And they like as if they're pushing everything off the counter just to the side and pull out like a thing of paper, and they're just planning. We'll need names and information. Someone who could give us information about the currents. Someone who has a little bit, well, books, as you said. I don't typically read that much, but there must be something on the garden. And then compile that together so that we have enough to ride the waves, I guess. But get the ointments first, take your time.
I think that is an excellent job for Aura. And then she spins around and she goes into the back to go and get the ointment.
Aura is incredibly
Aura.
literate.
Man, can I read? Oh boy. Did I say an eighth of the slates were healthy or broken? No, I meant a 16th are broken. We're so good. It's great back there.
They
I've
just
never
reach
known-
out like a long, they're a little bit taller. They're, at least with this form, they're have much of a bronze, so they put a tentacle out and just, Aura, Liana.
Hey, Aura, Boar. Nice to meet ya. Have I seen you before?
Well, planning. So, um,
Okay. I swear I might have seen a glimpse of. Maybe it was a family member, same fin shape, just hanging out around the graveyard sometimes. I go there for rubbings every now and then, just to make sure
and they
that
just kind of push their necklaces to the side. Just yeah.
Just checking.
That- I, visit. Not me. I have a cousin who an uncle passed. We went there for reasons, sad reasons, grief. Oh, grief. I'm still grieving.
Grief
Oh,
touches us
the
all in different
usual
ways.
reasons.
It
Yeah,
really
that's
is.
crazy to
Oh,
grieve at midnight, though. That's a wild time to.
you never can know when it hits you. The sadness it hits so deep.
I offer you my arm.
Sadness.
I would love if we could have let's see if we could have Aura roll to figure out a person.
Oh no!
If you could roll to roll wit to figure out a person on Liana to see how much of this you believe or if you want to. Go ahead.
11.
Nice. So I would say that you can ask, you'll be able to ask them 2 questions, either now or later, and just then she can answer as much or as little as she wants. But you have this. But remember that you have this opportunity to potentially learn more about about what's really going on with them.
Easy. I think right now I'll ask them, what are your feelings towards the history in the graveyard right now? And then later on, I'll ask you how I can get you to do something, but that'll be later.
So much wonderful history there is, just sitting there, all pretty and whatnot, and hidden, and not for anybody to see or get any use for, and just sitting there. So much history, so much wonderful, packed full of pretty
Right.
shiny history.
Yeah, as is tradition, people get buried with their history, and you feel like that's good. Just kind of staying there as is, right?
It's such a problem just staying there.
Oh,
Sometimes they go
okay.
missing. And
Huh.
oh no, the ocean, water.
Yeah, tides.
Tides.
Crazy.
You've heard of them, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And they
you
just
can
like
see. Yeah, we both just turned
closing
away.
their jacket. And just,
Gracie bustles back in, her the gentle glumphing of her jellyfish of her jellyfish tendrils, and she happily hands over the two little jars of ointment to Caspian and to Aura, and it says, "Okay, well, I'm going to assume that you have your plan. I really recommend maybe figuring out the library, and I'm pretty sure she works there, so I don't think I can help with anything else, except that I could tell you all the names of the people who also have been consulted in helping out the queens. I was one of the last people that they contacted. I don't really know why, but I could probably help with that if you want to know everybody who they contacted."
That would be great. A list of names is incredibly helpful, Gracie. Thank you.
Okay, so she quickly writes down a list of all the doctors, and she hands that to you, and yeah, and you are welcome to either keep chatting with Gracie, or you can head to the library or somewhere else, wherever your heart desires. Thalassa is a large city. You can find pretty much anything you might be looking for, except a very specific healing herb.
Even begrudgingly, like they're just like as after Aura has asked that question or like that moment, they're still kind of like a little bit stomping up their way, floating through the water. Just yes, let's go read. Let's do that. That list of yours that has top 2 people, right? It's not a like top. We're not going to go through the whole list, right, Drea?
We don't have to go. Oh, but hi. My name is Caspian, by the way. We did
Hello.
not introduce ourselves. It's nice to meet you.
Oh yes, this is the official representative of the Queen's Guard.
No! I am just here to do my job. Well.
And you do it well. Well, Liana.
Liana, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
They just under their breath, like, oh, I know, but they just like turn around, like very, I don't know the word, but it's like a little cocky, just like to the library. And for you, you have your ointment. You have your ointment. Ah, Drea, and then like walks out the door. Just
What do you
my goodness.
wait? Swimming after you, grabbing your wrist a little bit tightly. What was that?
What?
Ugh, Drea, what was that?
What?
They scoffed. They scoffed your name.
I don't know. People scoff my name all the time. You tell me. Why do you do it?
Why do I do it? I
Yes.
have years of scoffing practice with your name specifically.
Well, I don't want to get into how I know Liana, but perhaps the impression I made back then was not quite as good as the one I made today.
Was it in a graveyard by any chance?
Go into graveyards. Oh my.
The impression you made today.
Yes, when I was but doing my job, as you did as well. I went to a place where people tend to gather and trade information. And then I ran into Liana, and, well, she led me
Did
here,
a
so
very
obviously...
good job.
Thank you very much. You heard it here first.
Well, it was no doubt in my mind that you do a good job. You're good at your job when you do it.
Do you mean
You're
that?
very competent.
You think I'm good at my job?
Yes. Well, when you apply yourself, you're very talented.
Oh, well. You've seen how I can apply myself to other situations. You didn't perhaps, think so highly of me when I employed my services with that other person that wasn't my girlfriend at the time, and you ratted me out. That was the last conversation we had, and it was pretty awful.
Well, if you had not applied your services to someone that was in love with you at the time and used those emotions to... It's fine. You know what? That's no one else's prerogative but ours. So...
But you think I do a good job. So, on to the library.
Aura, could you lead us to the library before...
Yeah, I'm so down to bring all whatever this energy is into my space.
I'll follow
sounds
you.
Great. Yeah, okay. She looks a little nervous as you say that, and she just kind of turns rather quickly away and swims in a nearly direct line to the library, definitely accidentally taking the wrong turn once or twice, but quickly correcting herself. And she turns it into like that catwalk trend where she like stops at the wrong turn, poses a little bit, thinks to herself, and then does a complete 180 and heads in the actual right direction. But we head there soon enough.
Amazing. I will also say, because I forgot to say it earlier, Diana, I would say that you have a string now on Moz, because you kind of you got a little bit of extra information that she was not wanting to give. So I would say that you have a string. Okay, so you head to the library. Again, you reach this opulent building. Its beauty shines again with that strange light that seems utterly sourceless. And you float inside, and you see the main room and the receptionists and the front desk. And this time, Tristan is sitting behind the desk. And the library is open to you. Now you would know Drea. I mean, not Drea. So sorry. You would know Aura, that the person that if you were looking for something that you know this library very well, but if you were looking for something that you've not found before, one of the librarians that you have a great rapport with, who knows lots of other things and about sirens and about the deep sea, things like that, is Rhiannon. So if you wanted to go and speak to Rhiannon, you know that she only typically talks by appointment. And so you think you would probably have to go talk to Tristan.
At the entrance, I kind of just turn and I go, "Ladies, welcome to my domain. I know who we have to talk to, and I know who we have to talk to that person. So just let me take the lead on this one a little bit. Not that I don't trust y'all and your competence when it comes to talking to other people." And I stare very deliberately at Caspian and Drea. But I go, "This is my favorite train. I got it. Don't worry about it." And I just kind of saunter up.
Won't say a
Bureaucracy.
The lead. Wow.
Huh?
Yeah, I can watch this.
Yeah, okay, well, that's a little nerve-wracking, but okay, yep. Tristan! Hey!
Oh,
Hello.
good.
Yeah, that's the usual reaction I get. Listen, Rhiannon, I know you have their schedule. Do you know if they're busy in the next, 2 minutes? For the
2
next,
minutes.
10 It'll be quick!
Is this how you treat the time and the responsibilities?
First of all, this is a library. If you don't mind, lowering your voice a little bit.
Oh, she is upset. First of all, to come in here after I saw you. Do you have any idea what the children have been up to while you have been gone?
I just turn around.
You see that the kids have created what I can only describe as another version of Mutiny on the Bounty. There is pure chaos in the kids section. Timmy has a pole arm and is standing atop what looks to be a throne of books, and is like, yes, yes, yes. And just cheering, and the kids are running around in just full sugar rush chaos beneath him. And you look back at Tristan, and she just continues to gesture. It's been 20 minutes.
Honestly, this could be a case study when it comes to the concept of kids on their own and developing their own hierarchy. If anything, I'm just pissed that he's got terrible fucking grip on that thing. I mean, he should ask Drea a thing or two about how to handle a glaive. While he does that, can we talk to Rhiannon?
I would say that I would say for the three of you, go ahead and roll me a heart roll to sort of sense if you think you need to step in at any point. You do know that you have this immunity to maybe push on Tristan a little, but we'll see if you think that it's a good time.
I hate to say this, I have to take myself out of this role. Caspian has left to become a human jungle gym for the children.
We just turn
Gone.
around and see you over there on top of the books.
It's like 3 kids on one arm hoisting another with their tail. Like they're gone.
Amazing.
Drea rolled a 5 because Drea is not able to read this room at all.
Amazing.
And the second that you were talking, the moment that Drea's name came out of your mouth, Aura, they just flexed. But it's a good flex. Like, it's a solid flex. Like, they're looking good. They got a little bit of stubble under their armpits. Like, it's sexy. But also, this is not the time. But that's like behind you. You're trying to be serious to this person, and Drea's just like.
Amazing. So what did you roll, Liana?
What was it plus again?
This is I would say, I think I said heart.
That is 9.
Amazing. So I would say that while Drea is just a bit distracted, then we'll say that Liana will have the urge to maybe remind Drea that they are here on business, and that it might be time to turn up the heat a little bit, and maybe want to pressure the individual who is currently bogarting this person that they need to speak with.
They kind of click the end of their sword against their belts to make like a sound. And then first seeing where Drea's eyes are probably going over to Caspian's, just, I feel like we could focus on something a little important here.
Yes, excuse me. This person's giving Aura a hard time. Is that the issue?
Yes.
I was
I
listening.
don't like that.
You're looking at me like I wasn't listening. I was listening. I can look at something and listen at the same time. That's not the same thing. So,
I love it.
multitasking, you see.
You are very good at that. And they'll
Thank
kind of
you.
like tilt their head back towards away from Caspian, and just like,
Yes.
I do understand though, but yes, giving a hard time to Aura.
Oh, yeah, I can solve that. And she, like, in one very fluid motion, unleashes this glaive. The glaive, like the arm of the glaive, is made up of like a translucent looking, I guess it's probably like a coral material, but like not something that's more like a porous one, but something that's like more like stone like. And the tip of it is a very beautiful kind of bioluminescent blade. And she spins it around, and so like kind of moves it around off of her back and tips it up underneath the chin of the person that's giving Aura a hard time.
And furthermore,
She uses the momentum of that to carry her up the length of the glaive until her hand is just underneath the blade. And she's like right up next to the person. Listen, we're the Queen's Guard, okay? This is my friend, Aura. You're going to tell us what we need to know and get us into the right people. I have immunity per the Queen's, and, well, unfortunately for you, it's been quite some time since I've had a little bit of, blood wetting the end of my blade. I'd weep if it had to be you. I don't think your boss would want that, right? Can't we all be friends here?
go ahead and roll daring for me.
Timmy, you better be taking notes.
That's an 8.
Nice. At these words, she gulps her Adam's apple, bumping up against against the glaive, making it and the little bit of sweat trickling down her cheek, and you immediately. and you immediately know that you're absolutely going to get what you want, but her eyes do narrow, and she is not pleased in any way about this. And this is not a woman who is used to being told what to do in her place of work. And so you see her again, she gulps, she looks at you and just, fine. It seems that Rhiannon is having office hours at this moment, and if you would like to go up the stairs and to the left, then you can see her office at the end of the hall on the right. It is the third door down. Please enjoy.
Thank you so much. And she withdraws the weapon immediately and just slides it back very nonchalantly. You know, you're much too elegant to murder in this way, so I hope you weren't genuinely scared.
And Tristan just floats back down into her seat and just and tucks an errant lock of hair behind her ear and back up into her bun and just begins to scribble. You get the feeling that she's not actually writing anything. She's just writing to sort of make it look like she's busy, so that she will be allowed to not look at you anymore. And as she does this, you see Timmy and the horde of children come running through with Caspian on their backs, as if she's been picked up and is riding the wave of these children like a musician at a concert, and they move like a swarm in front of you, and bring Caspian through, and you watch as Caspian is pulled on the backs of these rampaging children as they go streaming through the library, to cause chaos wherever they can sow it.
Yes, you're mightier together. That's what I told you.
But as she passes you, if you would like to try to get her back.
Drea tries to reach out an arm to grab the back of you and yank you back, and looks at Ara as you're worried about us bringing violence into your library, and you allow little sticky ruffians like this to just march around wherever they please?
Well, they're really good at marching once they figure out their whole hierarchy thing. You can tell that Aura's a little bit kind of taken aback. She's noticeably taken a step back, but is looking at you with a lot more awe than before in the way you handled Tristan, a way that she has not been able to do previously. So she's a little thrown off by that. So it takes her a second to answer.
Just seeing how Caspian has evolved to just fully what Caspian is, and then seeing Drea trying to pull them back after that glaive, they're just holding their sword kind of scimitar on their neck, just I love immunity. How do I get one of those? Is this for sale? Is this a present? This is so amazing. And then just if Caspian is back, they're just stunned at them. How fast did you get that crew together?
Oh, well, once you find a common denominator amongst anyone, it's easy to make them unionize. You just have to go, well, does everyone here like kelp cookies? Well, if you work together, that means no one gets more kelp cookies than the other. They will probably ransack any cabinet you have, though, but it's not my problem. I don't work here.
Oh, God. Okay.
So as the children run rampant through the library, you follow the instructions given at the point of the blade by Tristan, and go up. It's not really upstairs. It's like you go up a spiral, what would be a spiral staircase, but it's a spiral ramp. And head up to the second floor. You follow her instructions and find on the right the third door, and there's a little nameplate that says Rhiannon, no last name. She's like Cher, and you may either knock, you may barge in, you may do whatever you want by seeing a closed door.
If no one is going in front, Liana would just be like, knock knock immunity. And just barge in.
Great. So you see sitting at a desk, you see a mermaid with long red hair, bright blue eyes, and a fin of a just utterly hunter's green, and scales that come up and crawl all the way up her neck. She's a stunning sight, and she looks up at you and says, "Interesting. Oh, hello, Aura. It's good to see you, dear. How are you doing?"
Hey, good. Glad that I can meet you in your office for once. Keep the door pretty closed, and Tristan's really mean to me, so I never get to see. Wow, the decor in here is really nice. We have questions, if that's okay.
Of course. What is it that you're looking for, dear?
So you may or may not have heard about a little thing, related to the deep sea and the, currents therein and all that, and the things the sirens used to warn us about. We're kind of in search of an undersea garden around there. We were wondering if you might have some info on that.
Interesting. Well, I think that what I can offer you at this point is the little bit of knowledge that I have, and even a little bit of knowledge that I don't. And she goes to her own private collection, and rummages through it a bit and pulls out a cylinder. And it seems to be and as you look at it, you realize that it looks like a cylinder of a music box. It has these different keys on it, things like that. Um, and and you and she gently places it in what looks like a gramophone, some sort of listening device. Some sort of playback device. And she says, "This is the only known recording of the siren song." And as you listen to this tinny sound that is so delicate that it sounds as if it could break, you begin to hear And for three of you, it's beautiful, but you have no translation. You are unsure what it could mean. But for Aura, this is the first time you have ever heard the siren song. And you realize you understand every note in a way that no one else has for centuries. And that is where we are going to take a quick break. We'll be back, I think, in 10 minutes. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hello, welcome back to Thirsty Sword Lesbians with Women of TTRPG. We are in the middle of listening to a beautiful siren song here in our underwater adventure, a recording of an ancient song of the sirens that one of our players, the incredible Aura, is the only one who can hear and who can understand the intention of every note. And as the other three listen to this song, again, just hearing beautiful notes, Aura knows what all of those notes are saying. And so I will tell you right now, Aura, what you hear and the words that come to you after you hear, as you were listening to this melody. Beware the currents that rip and tear, for none who enter may survive. Lest they be brave and siren blessed, they may escape with their lives and see the flora of light beyond. And so you hear these words, and you know that, yes, there is a garden beyond the currents. But what does it mean to be siren blessed? That is the question.
I think the rest of you guys would, as you're listening to the music, just kind of listen to it as you would a normal, record that your grandpa has thrown on. It's a very ancient music, as is. But Aura is unusually attentive, and she's staring at the source of the sound. And she just, once it finishes, slowly turns to you guys, and she goes, "So it's real. So we're definitely go." You guys heard that, right?
The music? The music was great.
No, the meaning,
Beautiful.
not the translation, not the music. I mean, the music was great. It's fine, it's a little
Mhm.
ancient, but I mean, like what it said about the whirlpool and the blessing and bravery.
Oh, my grandmother
Huh?
told me that people like you exist.
Okay, what do you mean people? Hold on. When you say people like me, what do you?
You must be a descendant. There are certain people who can understand the old ways.
It's very rare, Rhiannon says. And she pulls out another book. This is all we've ever been able to glean from the music by comparing other songs, by comparing notes taken over the years. All we ever knew was beware the currents that rip and tear, for none who enter may survive. And flora of light.
Yeah,
The only
there's
pieces we've ever been able to get. How much of it did you understand?
everything that you're missing. There was a bit in the middle about, they rip and tear, but if you dive in and you have a siren's blessing and bravery, then you'll be able to make it out and make it to the garden. And I kind of reiterate the exact wording for her. As much as Aura's a bit of a jokester, she does still care about the preservation of history. So she, after a moment, just like kind of shuffles Rhiannon aside and just kind of writes it herself.
Amazing.
But she looks at the rest of you guys and she goes, I mean, I don't know what a siren's blessing means, though.
It's
What history do we have?
well, luckily I can help with that. Rhiannon again grabs another book. You can tell Rhiannon's specialty is in the study of the sirens. She keeps all of her most precious texts and everything in her office because the library is open to all, but certain things that they don't always want the public to be able to have access to because it is so old. They keep in their own offices of their own specialization. So she pulls down another book and she very gently leafs through it. And she shows you a drawing of a set of what looks to be armor. You see what could only be described as a simple breastplate of scales, and you see two bracers and a helmet that is a little bit more of it's very smooth and made of just pure fish scale, and all of it looks very tough and strong. And she shows you this drawing. These are the Sirens' blessings, the armor that the Sirens used to use. We only have one more set. We've only been able to ever find one full set. Drea, you seeing this sketch, I mean, not Drea, I'm so sorry, Liana, you seeing this sketch, you recognize this. You have seen this armor in the Sirens' mausoleum in the graveyard. And as you remember this, Rhiannon then says, we keep it locked away in the mausoleum behind glass, and so people can see it whenever they wish, but it's very old. But my guess is that if you wear this, or if you even have a piece of it maybe, then you would be able to potentially brave the currents.
And
So-
that's typically not out, right? That we could look at ourselves.
Well,
Because it is for the
legally?
queens. Because it is for the queens, I will say that you didn't hear it from me, but there in the Sirens' mausoleum, there is a door behind the ivy. And if you go through that door, you'll be taken to the back, where you can access the pieces. She looks at you, Liana, and says, I am telling you this with faith and understanding that only the armor will be taken and then returned.
The other side of their sword is like a crowbar and they just put it back down. Oh, of course. Yes.
yes, of course,
Why
with the understanding
we
that
only
we have
need
immunity.
this information.
We have immunity. And so anything that might be taken, side glancing at Liana for a moment, would be under that immunity. It's what we have to do.
Which is why
They just mouthed, I like you.
Which is why I am telling you where it is and how to access it.
Thank you.
I would request that you not, even though immunity may keep you from getting in trouble with the queens, it would not mean that you would not be... There are people who would be very upset to know that I shared this information.
Of course, we are duty bound by a moral responsibility.
I am sure you are.
We would not encroach upon that.
So just, maybe go at night. Maybe, I'd use a little bit of the old skullduggery.
We don't really know how to do that, but we can try.
Yes.
I'm sure some of us
Yeah.
can try
I've
harder than
never
others.
We
broken
don't
into
know how
anywhere.
to do that.
Translator, if you have any problem with any methods, you can come to respective people directly.
Yes, of course. If you have any issue with what has occurred, I'm certain you could take it up with me. I am my own supervisor.
You literally work for the queens.
Yep,
But
I
thank
know.
you.
We're buds. So take it up with them. If you have a problem, take it up with them directly. Do you have a direct line? I do.
Drea's
might
eyes
need
are
that in the
shining with
future.
pride.
Thank you. And she looks at and Rhiannon looks at Liana, and you can tell that there is this. You can tell that this is maybe a bit of a bad boy librarian, who maybe is here to, who maybe has spent her life, traveling the ocean and learning as much as she can, and maybe now chafes a bit at now being stuck behind a desk, and is intrigued by the idea of this infamous individual who now wants to go and plunder the wares. So to use a certain phrase, so there's a little bit of a okay, maybe go have fun. A little bit of a show me what you can do challenge coming to her eyes as she looks at you.
They just wink back, but like right before they do, they have a more of like, oh, that's a surprise. That is a surprise. Wow. Parking that later. Might come back to this. Great. Get you a drink. And then kind of walking backwards, a little cocky, like hands on the like their jacket, just okay. After you, as like everyone kind of leaves and then leaves the door, and even like through the window, just still surprised, shakes their head, and then heads out.
Rhiannon just smiles and begins to gently put everything back. Okay, so as we, as we leave the library, if you so choose, we can either if there's anything else you want to explore in Thalassa, or if we want to just time jump to the graveyard at night, we can move forward. Up to y'all. Okie dokie.
Yeah, graveyard sounds great.
Blah, 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 and bubbles and bubbles and bubbles. And now suddenly you're outside the gates of the graveyard. How did that happen? Night has fallen. You see bioluminescent lanterns that float in the water to still give the streets of the city their beauty. And you see on the mounds there's the gates are open. They don't discourage anyone from coming and visiting their loved ones at any time of night or day. And at night tends to be when the grave tenders like to work. It's a time when they can even sometimes speak with the spirits themselves if there are any that linger. And take care of all that grows and all that breathes here in this place. For even in death, there is still life and there is still beauty. And you see the burial mounds with the flowers and the vegetables and all sorts of growing things that have been made from those who've passed and those who still live on in the people of Thalassa today. And you begin to make your way through. The mausoleums are towards the back. There are 3 large mausoleums, and the one for the Sirens sits in the middle. And as you swim, making your way through the mounds, you see one individual, a grave tender who was part vampire squid, that I would say that Aura and Liana have met before. Her name is Carmilla, and she's brightly colored. She has very unsettling details on her face. She you see she's just gently tending to the flowers that have grown on one of the mounds, and is chattering away with a mantis shrimp that is sitting on her shoulder. And is just and doesn't seem to notice y'all, but again, you're seeing a familiar face. You're seeing somebody who you could go and speak to if you would like to, or if you want to just keep making your way. Wanted to give you the option.
At least getting there at the end, they would have done like 3-4 knocks and then a small bubble formation that kind of pops in a certain way for Carmilla to be like, hey, it's your friend. Let me in.
Carmilla raises a hand and gives a gentle wave. She's definitely a little odd. She's a little unusual. She's one of the grave tenders who always works at night. She doesn't have to. She likes it. And she floats over a little bit airy. Her mantis shrimp on her shoulder. I think I switched shoulders. Her mantis shrimp on her shoulder. And as she floats over, she goes, "Oh, Manny, look who's here!" And like gently cocks her head and then cocks it back again, and she extends a hand out to sort of all four of you, but kind of mostly towards Drea and Liana, because she does know them, but to her, everyone's a new friend, even unsettling things. And just kind of sort of holds her hand out for you to take if you want. And is just like, "Oh, it's so good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here to steal things. I even left a few gems out for you, and you didn't even come by to see it. I've
They
missed
just fully
you."
turn to Aura. Not a word out of that pretty mouth. Now.
"I've really missed your company. Not a lot of people come and visit me here at night. Aura
That's
does
what
every
we're
once in a
here
while."
for.
"Oh, did you want to talk?"
Aura has been here. That makes sense. That's great. No, we're
Mhm.
just here to see the sights.
Oh, yes,
Go to
Aura
the
loves her
mausoleum.
rubbings.
Especially at night. I love a good night rubbing. I bet you love a good
Yes.
night grasping of things, I imagine.
I think we're all a fan
We're
of
here to
night
the
rubbing.
mausoleum.
And Carmilla just beams at you and just says, "Oh, who isn't? Except some people, and that's perfectly fine." She gestures towards all of the mounds, her head again lolling strangely on her neck. "What would you think you would like to see tonight, dear? Would you like to see one of the many castaway pirates that we have floating in the bottom? I once said that we shouldn't even make burial mounds for them, those icky little pirates, but I was voted down."
Rude of them. They seem incredibly entertaining. But we do have an itinerary, even though next time I will come around for that. A mausoleum. Specific, in
"Ooh,
fact.
which one?"
And they literally turn to Aura and the group just, well, we have a translator here who could help direct our way.
Yes, yeah, as if one of us doesn't know their way around the entirety of the graveyard already. We're looking
"Oh, why,
for...
thank you.
I
You
love
hear
being on
that,
the other side
Manny?
of
I know
this.
everything."
Right.
It's not me
No,
anymore.
sorry. I was referring to Manny. Sorry, we're looking
Manny
for the
does know most things, yes.
He looks like he does. I love Manny. Above the table, this is great.
You see Manny, Manny the mantis shrimp, gently like scritch his little like antenna at you, kind of like a fly when they like rub their little fingies. He seems to really appreciate the compliment. He's like, "Wow, yeah, I do know a lot of things. I'm really
Manny's gonna
smart."
be the BBG, I swear. We're looking for the mausoleum dedicated to the Sirens, specifically the one that has the armor. You know the one. You probably know the
Oh,
one too, don't ya?
yes, Manny, is that the third or the second mausoleum? Carmilla asks of her handsome mantis shrimp, and he looks up at her, and she looks down at him, and they sort of lock eyes. "It's the second one. The one with armor and weaponry. You wouldn't be planning something untoward, would you? Because if you were, I would love to be part of it."
I just slowly look over at Liana.
They just put their arm into like the arm of Carmilla. It's like, well, I have plans, but let's first talk. Armor, everyone? Everyone? And then kind of in a hush hush, just we can't really grab anything, but if something happened to fall off. Have you ever heard of the word immunity?
Ooh, I know many words, and I certainly know that one.
This is my favorite word of the day.
It's a good one.
Yes, it really is.
Are you saying that you have it right now?
I feel like it is proximity based. And
Interesting. Then I would stay in as close of a proximity to those that do as you can. You know,
see, I like that one. I like that one.
Now, you know, Manny and I would never tell on anyone here, but we also are not fans of being asked questions. So it's the second mausoleum, and now I think I'm going to return to my flowers.
What beautiful flowers. You have a wonderful time. Tell them all they look beautiful.
I
And
will.
the one you named, oh, I can't remember the name. They're a whole band.
Odelia?
That one. My favorite. Tell them
Her fangs
look
are coming
beautiful.
in nicely.
They just part away from them, and as they're going like into the direction of the mausoleum, and just like hands on hearts, I will come by to see them.
Oh, they will love to see you. I'm sure they would love a little drop of blood too if you can spare any. I understand if you can't, but anyway.
Do they need that?
Not at the moment. Maybe in a couple of days. You can come back anytime, though.
Slowly puts hand away. Okay. Yeah.
Don't worry. I've given enough for today. And then Carmilla just floats off back to her little mound. And
That makes sense.
Manny just gives a little wave as he leaves.
Drea pulls Caspian aside and very quietly, while keeping their face neutral so no one else thinks anything of it, says, "Why are you so eager to give your blood away? Are there more parts you're trying to lose on this trip?"
First of all, I was trying to be polite. Losing the very affable demeanor snaps away. I was trying to be polite. Typically, when you give something to someone, they give it back in return. So, if we needed to cover up, if we needed anything, because some of us have sticky fingers, I wanted insurance.
I understand, but you do not have to use yourself as a bargaining chip. We have immunity. There are other things you could offer than
And
yourself.
what else do I have?
You have wit, you have grace, you have charm, you have a fantastic intellect, you have got a beautiful smile.
And what if that is tangible?
I mean, who says that something has to be tangible? We live in a bartering society. Don't tell me you think that if you offered Carmilla a glimpse at the Queen's Guard from afar, next to the Queen's, at a wonderful dinner or some such, as well as a smile, a wave as you passed by, that she wouldn't love that she wouldn't feel like you were seeing her and honoring her in the way that you could?
Not everyone thrives on attention.
No, but some of us might need more.
When will you ever feel special enough?
I feel plenty special. It is you, I'm afraid, that does not feel special.
And why should I?
Because you're special to me.
I believe you.
Well, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you're happy slicing off pieces of yourself in the name of our queens. They won't thank you for it.
I'd give the other one if you asked. And
They
I'll
look at
swim
you.
away.
They look at you with the most blazing sadness. It's like rage and deep, deep sadness at the same time as you swim away. And they just stand there waiting for you to turn around.
I don't.
Good job. I would say you both gain another string on each other.
We're just packing strings with each other.
Yep.
This is...
We're packing strings. We're packing popcorn for the trip. The rest of us. Me, Liana, Manny's with us in the back. We're all just watching.
Manny NPC of all time. So you make your way to the mausoleums towards the back of the graveyard, and you find the second one. You assume that by the second one she means the middle one. They're not numbered, so but you can parse Carmilla enough to sort of understand, like, okay, she probably, I assume we're moving from left to right. And so you enter, you see this mausoleum. It is a small stone building, smaller than you expected. You've seen it before, but not really ever paid much attention to these mausoleums. But it's a small stone building. It's not overly remarkable. And you remember the advice that Rhiannon gave you, that there is ivy on the back, and that there's a door behind the ivy. So, if I could have everyone, please. That's my Kikimora impression, apparently.
I love Kikimora.
She's the
Our house
best.
mention.
She's so good.
We decided that one of the dogs in her voice, that they talk like Kikimora.
Perfect.
I require power above all. But if I could have everybody go ahead and make me a wit roll to see
so
if you
good
can
at that.
see if you can find the door on the back of within the very thick ivy on the back, and the whole back is covered in ivy. So
Great news.
Mhm.
On 2d6, that's a 1.
Love that.
Snake eyes.
What was the roll again? My apologies.
Oh my gosh, you're fine. Wit.
-1.
Reminder: we have advantage.
I have
do.
advantage.
I'll do that.
I will also do that.
Amazing.
That's double 6s. I'm really smart, actually.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
It's double
Just like get some water
5.
out of your ear.
Yeah.
Some new water flows
Yep.
in. And you're like,
Yeah, Caspian just
Yeah.
takes a moment to like. I
Double
do know
sixes
things.
and double fives. Amazing. I love this. I will say that as you all begin to inspect, I'm so sorry though. What did our other two wonderful players get?
I got a 4. I am fascinated by the ivy itself and not the actual building.
perfect. And Candace, what did you get? I just want to make sure I incorporate everybody if they need to be.
I got a 10, but less fancy.
Okay, great. Then for our double 6s and our double 5, I want to, just because I like doubles, I think they're fun. We will say that as you inspect the ivy, as Aura just gently
get
like
the
reaches up
gold?
and is like, "Ooh, pretty,"
Then
then
this much light down here. This is insane.
you see Caspian and Liana both reach for the knocker at the same time. Excuse me, not knocker. Handle. And your your hands touch over it. And you both are essentially like about to grab it.
I'll lace the fingers together. Did you need help finding it?
Never had to before, but
It can be difficult for some people, but it's good to know that you don't have that problem.
well, together then.
Together. It's easier with 2.
I love this game. And you click, and the door swings open inside the very dark back room of the, mausoleum. I have Diet Coke breath. And you can gently part the ivy, which as you move through, it moves back into place behind you. It's probably seaweed, but I've forgotten my underwater terms. It's fine. We're playing mermaids.
It's sea ivy.
It's sea ivy, a thing that exists. And you part it, and then it gently moves back behind you, and the door closes. And if you could see outside, you would know that it is seamless. It is almost as if the door itself is able to vanish into the wall. That is how they try to keep this area as theft proof as possible without locking mechanisms.
going
that we've
in.
entered, yeah, I'm going to link my arm with you now that we've entered first. And I'm going
Yeah.
to lean in. So, Liana, it's been a pleasure working with you thus far. I like you too, and I'm curious as to how you joined our merry little band.
There was a job Andrea came to see for information, and luckily enough, here I was trying to, I don't know, get some work, which is amazing. I do work. And they're kind of walking in, and
Mhm.
that smell of like there's something good in here, possibly. I tend to like to gamble my life, but not with my money. So,
Of course not. It's serendipitous that you're here.
yeah. Is
And
there something I can
Hmm?
help you with? You seem curious about something.
well, you seem to like bartering and trade. I'll give you a little trade. You tell me how you know Drea. I'll turn the other way when you take something.
Oh, I like you.
Pat your arm.
Just even like closer. Some of us have a little bit of a past. I took something that is of importance, apparently. And I do feel incredibly, woefully horrible about it. Drea was the one who, you could say, caught me, found me, believed in the better of me, if there was ever such a thing or is going to be such a thing. All the normal stuff, just hand holding, kissing, and everything, all that.
They're good like that.
They are. I don't know how they do it. Somehow it feels like in a mountain of treasure they could find the one little thing that is just too perfect or too good and you can't believe it. And anyway, I don't like to think about it too much, but
I'm glad they
that
were
is
there
how
for
I know
you.
them.
They feel
Yes.
ephemeral
Right.
sometimes, like they'll fade away if you don't keep your eye on them. So I'm glad that they were there for you.
I am glad too. I don't like the reminders of my past, but Drea's a good memory and more that goodness. And they just struggle through it, like, and they pat your arm back, just, yep, yes, they are wonderful.
They're one of the best memories you can have. I know. Even if anything sours it, it'll still be there.
Oh. One item?
For that, 2.
Oh. Okay.
Give
And
you a little
they
peck on the top of your head.
They are like a very tall, like you for one, like they'll bow down for that kiss. I don't know how tall Caspian
Caspian's
is, but
pretty big.
oh, if you are, then you will see them for a second in the mausoleum of what they really are, as they kind of change shape to more of a lionfish, just to kind of like have barbs to all this internal like moment that they don't want to share too much, but has come out. But when they right before they change from the anglerfish to this, you see that they're actually one of those beautiful octopus who can actually change shape, and their eyes are very delicate and afraid. I would like to do something. I forgot the word for it.
Yes.
Heck.
all kinds of things we can do.
Some words.
It's okay. Take your time.
I will say, audience, if you're looking at a fantastic rules-like game and you've played any other Powered by the Apocalypse game ever, you should look into Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Mhm.
Little
It's so
plug over
nice.
here.
Great.
A lot of fun.
It's really
It's
intuitive too.
Flirt with your friends, the game.
It's so
Yeah.
nice. And look at how beautiful all of these people are. I'm living my best life.
I will figure that out in a second. Why is there so many words?
No rush, no rush. Also, we did reach our first goal, which is amazing.
We
What?
did.
That's amazing.
Thank you,
It's so
everyone.
cool. We
Thank
Don't
you
push it.
so
Still working on things.
much.
Thank
Thank you.
Hmm.
Even though Caspian is not someone directly that they have hurt during their villainous past, with that tap, and even though they are thinking of taking more things, they will like to do their move, make it right. So because they were vulnerable to them,
Absolutely. Let me find the what exactly does that what does that do exactly?
so when I allow myself to be vulnerable to someone that I hurt during my past,
Mhm.
I can choose one.
Mhm.
And the one I would like to choose is show vulnerability. You take +1 forward to interact with them.
Amazing. Okay, great. Yeah, if you can just mark that and remember it when you have roles with Caspian in the future. That is very fun. I love that. Alrighty. So as you begin to move forward through this darkness, you see that you see a couple of unlit torches on the wall, whether you want to light them or not to help guide your way. But water torches that work underwater. They're solar powered. It's fine. So you do you want to try to give yourself a little bit of light in here to see as you move through the area?
Drea, your glaive is it's glowy, right? You could.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. They've been sort of like staring off into space
Mm-hmm.
since we're joining the party. They look more serious than normal, and she kind of just removes the glaive from the harness that's at her back, and taps it a few times in her hand, and it shines really brightly.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Wow.
swims to the front. Just tell me where to go. I'll make sure all of you can see.
Thank you.
Mausoleum.
just
So
go.
find the big mound, look for things around it. That's usually what other people say is the best idea.
So
Of
with
course.
the mausoleum, there's no bodies buried here. This is more of a tribute to those who are fallen, where there are items and historical artifacts, trinkets, and things that tell a story. And you realize, as you look around, you realize why the main building is so small is because it descends down. And so as you begin to float down, you see almost like the Wonderland fall that Alice takes, the rabbit hole. You see as you begin to swim down all of these different pieces from Siren history, but the backs of them, because you are in the back area. And so you descend down, you can see that there is another side where people can come down. There's glass separating them from the artifacts themselves as it surrounds the room. And as you glide down and you make your way around, sort of like whenever you're sort of like when you're in an aquarium and they have like the big tubes, and then you walk around the big tube, but inside is a jellyfish. But instead, normally people are going down where the jellyfish are, and you guys are swimming around the backs, and so you can see there's all these different pieces. There are scraps of weapons. There are pieces of pottery and of kitchen utensils and things like that. You can tell that this mausoleum was the day-to-day life of the Sirens, of at least what people have been able to cobble together over time. And I want to ask, in this moment, as you are moving through and seeing all of this history of these ancient people who you have no real connection to anymore, how does everyone feel as they're moving through this? And I would love to start with Liana.
At least for Liana, the first person they're going to look to as they're descending is Aura. They have always been treasure seeking, wonder, like finding things that give them little moments of joy. And here is a librarian, so this is probably something special to them. And they're trying to find that meaning through them because they've never really seen these as history. And as they look at Aura, and assuming they are looking at off at first, their first expression is of finding beauty in something and meaning in something through someone else's eyes and someone who treasures it. And in that way, Liana is as someone who probably came to the queendom without many roots. They're hoping for roots. They're hoping for ties. They want it to mean as much as it does for probably Aura does, or for Drea, for Caspian. And in the way of looking at them, they find that, just that little tether to this is where we're from.
Yeah. I think looking at Aura in particular, you'd see her kind of like hovering in the very outline of the bioluminescent glow of Drea's glaive, and kind of like almost almost reluctantly following it as it moves just far enough away that she can't see anything anymore. Then she moves up a little bit and watches whatever object is behind the glass until the light moves away again. You can see now that in the past, even though you might have been here for the objects, and the objects themselves didn't have much connection to the person, as far as you're aware, for the first time, you're really seeing that, at least for Aura, these objects are all that's left. The Sirens left forever ago, and there's no trace of them. That's why these mausoleums exist. And so seeing that, especially how she looks at them in a new light, is fascinating. And she treats them with this almost reverence, but also caution, to the point where it's like, at least in her head, and you might not be able to tell this, you might be able to tell it with a roll. I don't know how this game works. I'm new here. She's at the very least thinking in her head about the fact that the Sirens have been trying to keep us away from the deep dark for so long. And now that she's, in essence, one of them, she's questioning in herself whether or not she should also not be going down there. But nevertheless, you see her move away from this little silver fork down to, like, a little piece of pottery left behind by the Sirens, the next level down, and the next one, and the next one. Every single time, staring not at you, but just at them, until after a couple moments, you definitely catch her gaze. But she just kind of looks at you with a bit of sadness in her eye, and then continues swimming downward.
I roll for figure out a person as
Absolutely,
everyone else
man.
goes.
Yeah.
As that's being rolled, I think there's a kind of wistful longing on Caspian's face, because seeing history laid out in front of them, there's a lot of security to the finality of having the totality of your existence shown, of knowing that there is no chance that everything that you've done has been written and displayed. There's nothing else. There's no decision for you to make, and there's no wrong path you can take, because it is done. It is written. And I think the overwhelming feeling of those choices that they've had to make and what they've kept in versus what they can say, I think it's just a little bit more keen right now in the face of that finality. This is their story, but what will mine be?
And what does Drea feel as she moves through this area?
I think Drea feels a sense of connection, but also a sense of duty. The queens are good people, and that's always where they've been able to kind of derive their care and their diligence. Is that she likes who she works for, rather than they're big about the whole queendom thing, right? But I think in this moment, seeing that like the queendom is like a gem that's part of a larger crown, and that involves people like her, I think they see, again, like illustrations of not just sirens in a traditional sense that are mer people that have fish forms, but also likely like snake folk as well, and like the community like as a whole. And I think she's kind of humbled a bit by this, like the magnitude of what that history means. I think that Drea is somebody who has long felt out of place in society, which is part of how they got to be in the Queen's Guard in the first place, was because they were kind of just trying to stick close to Caspian because they knew that around them they could like stand a chance to be better. But I think in this moment, this is like the first time, especially like on this active quest, that they're like, oh, okay, well, I guess you're a little more serious than you thought.
And Moz, what did you roll for figure out a person?
6 + 4 for a 10.
Amazing. So for that, let's see here. If I can find it real fast. I should have had it pulled up. I'm so sorry. Okay, so you may ask 2 questions, either now or later in the scene.
As they'll get closer enough to for a whisper, and possibly like it might echo a little bit, but just to really like genuinely ask what their feelings are. The last thing that they saw was sadness that was across Aura's face. What are your feelings towards this?
I think you would take a look at Aura and kind of follow her gaze. She doesn't meet your eye. Oh no, did we lose Moth?
I think we may have lost Moz. Oh no!
Not during a dramatically important moment.
No! Oh, they're
Hi,
back.
Moth. Welcome back.
We're having a thunderstorm, y'all. Sorry.
Oh,
no worries.
no!
Can you hear okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I was just saying, I think Aura would be staring at a glass case in front of her and not really like paying attention to you as you swim up and kind of whisper towards her. And as you follow her gaze, she's staring at what looks to be a piece of clothing. And it looks like almost a more, not primitive, but instead more advanced version of what she's currently wearing. You can see that she's got almost fishnets across her body that are filled in with seaweed to cover the gaps, almost like these bat wing type sleeves, something that's very thrown together. But instead, the siren clothing of the time seems to have been more refined, more intentional. It's like they took old ghost fishing nets and they intentionally tore them apart and rewove them into proper clothing in the same sort of style. And she just slowly tears her gaze away from that and looks at you. And in a very quiet voice and a very serious tone, unlike what you're used to hearing, she just goes, I don't know if I'm a product of what they did anymore, or if I'm a deviation. Is it good that we're taking this stuff from them? If it means the queens live and are happy together, that's fine. But is that what they would have wanted if they wanted to keep us away from it for so long?
Good is subjective. I don't know. I'm not the one to know the meaning of that word, but with the choices I've been trying to make, it's a new definition every day. So whether it was wrong before It could be right now.
I'm, for what it's worth, I'm sorry for being so tough about the whole, exploring the mausoleums and the graveyards at night. I left to bad conclusions. And even then, maybe they're not necessarily bad conclusions. Maybe we would have gone into the deep, dark ocean a long time ago if someone had taken the armor at the right time. Maybe this whole thing could have been prevented. I don't think the past should necessarily hold us to where we are now. And I'm sorry for that.
Could we remember this wonderful, good forgiveness feeling?
Before you rob my ancestors in the next 10 minutes?
You have a way with words. Rob is not what I would use, but for the use of our queendom, Well, and they kind of, with if they allow an arm over the shoulder, just start telling them of you see, there are many uses to this, and start going of a tirade of their amulets and.
Oh, okay.
Oh, honey.
Just starts.
Is that? I've seen that amulet before, Grandma. And they just swim further down.
Oh, this one definitely. You can have that one for free. That's no charge right there. Dang, I should probably write these labels down next time. And just start going. Yes, let's keep that energy up of forgiveness and openness to new definitions.
Yeah, it might save the queendom. Gosh, this internalized patriarchy thing
isn't it the worst?
Isn't it?
This is why we have to fight back against it. And so as you all make your way down, and you have your feelings of a bit of loss, a bit of duty, a bit of connection, a bit of disconnection, and as you continue to make your way down, you find that you're surprised that there is a light beginning to come up from the bottom. And as you get closer, you see that you can see down below you. You can make out what you think is likely the bottom, fairly coming upon you fairly soon. But especially as this light begins to fill the area, and as you move down, you see there's another merperson down there. She wears a silvery fin. She has silvery hair. Her bodice is gold and is golden filigree. But despite the light shining from her, there is an anger in her eyes. Aura, you recognize this person as the head librarian of the Library of Thalassa. This is Francesca, and she does not look happy to see you all.
Man, if I had a nickel for every other librarian I worked with that wasn't happy to see me, I have 2 nickels, and that's a lot for someone who's got a career in this. Keeping a distance, I'm just gonna kind of swim a little in front of the group, but just kind of poking my head over the 2 Queensguard in between their shoulders, and just go, "Hey, Francesca, how's it going? Hi."
I hear that you have come to take from the collection, she says, and her voice is seething. And she looks up at you all as you kind of float above her, and she begins to gently rise, placing herself amongst you all.
I draw my weapon.
Oh, interesting.
Just pulling at attention.
She looks at the weapon and she just gently shakes her head. I knew that there were always going to be people who would be in the way. I didn't anticipate that you, little fish, and she stares at Aura, that you would be able to understand the music. And I don't like any of that. You're putting a damper on my plans. And none of you are going to leave here. None of you are going to escape and even attempt to find the currents and to brave them, or whatever it is that the bloody sirens think that they can hold from us, because the queens will perish if I have anything to say about it. So enjoy.
Immediately, they're pulling Aura behind them and pulling out their sword. Just
I'm lunging.
Okay, so what we will have, I will have you do is she also takes out. You can see that she also has a blade at her side. It is covered in its handle is covered in jewels. It is, and it looks fucking sharp. And I would love it if you could roll either daring or grace for
Okay.
me.
So unbelievably on it, you wouldn't believe it. Okay.
At this point, I'm also just like looking at Drea, especially when it comes to the concept of like this person outwardly saying they're going up against the queens. I want to know both their reactions.
13.
Amazing. Okay. So choose 3 of the following, and then Francesca will choose to apply one to you in response.
Okay.
You may either flirt with or provoke your opponent and gain a string on them. Through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition. Create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction, or take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position.
Okay, I definitely want to seize a superior position.
Okay.
To choose 3. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry, I'm finding all of the options again. I have
No
it, don't worry.
worries.
There are many options. Okay. Fighting. Sorry, I'm trying to pull them. Could you list them again? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, of course. It is flirt with or provoke your opponent and gain
Okay.
a string on them. Through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition. Create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction, or take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position.
Seize a superior position.
Okay.
I want to create an opening for one of my allies.
Okay.
And I want to inflict a condition by, as I draw this obsidian type trident from behind my back, I'm going to try to not go for a gut wound. I want to pin her hands together by skewering them with the middle spear.
Ooh. Okay. I will say that you do that you are able to do that. And she looks at you because she is going to also inflict a condition upon you. And she is going to glare at you and say and look you in the eyes as you pin her hands. And she's going to look at you and say, there is nothing you'll ever be able to do, and their love will die, and so will this city. And I will say you can pick which condition this bestows upon you out of anger, frightened, guilty, hopeless, and insecure.
Anger.
Great.
And I'm going to twist it so that the wound opens. And I look forward to watching you die first.
Okay. And because you made an opening, would anyone like to seize that opening?
Yes. Yes, I would. I think that like hearing what she has to say about the queens was bad enough, but then the disrespect of a royal queen's guard, like that just kind of like went and stacked right on top of that rage. So I think a dagger gets thrown. You hear like a high-pitched whistle that you know is from the gap between Drea's teeth.
Ooh.
Caspian, you've heard this before when you've had to fight, and so you know to lean to the right. And like the second that you do, like a dagger comes like whistling out of nowhere, and hopefully into her shoulder.
I love it. Go ahead and roll daring or grace for me.
Daring it is. 8. What's with all the
Amazing.
8s tonight?
I know.
It would be nice to have one full success. Sheesh.
That's
Oh,
true.
do I? All right, yeah, auto crit.
Amazing. I love it.
I'd like to auto crit, but I'd also like to do I think I want to use Heat of the Moment.
Okay. Tell me what
And
that does.
So Heat of the Moment, when you taunt someone into doing something they want to do but find unwise, roll daring. I think Drea, seeing how close Francesca is to Caspian, throws that dagger and then taps the front of her chest and is like, come on. If you want to play, let's play. I'm right here.
So you can choose. Okay, so I will say that that was one of the things that you can do. You can have 2 more because you're provoking. And then if you want to inflict a condition. Oh, you had you also could have inflicted a condition earlier, Brooke, because you did you did use violence. So tell me what that is in a second. But you can you have provoked. You can either through violence or cutting words inflicting a condition, create another opportunity for an ally, or take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position.
I think I'd like to seize a superior position.
Okay.
Does she have something on her that would cure the queen?
Not that you see.
Okay.
Because you do see the armor is still in its ceremonial position.
Got it.
It's one of the things that people like come here to see, so that's why it's at the bottom. It's like,
Sure.
oh, and now you've gone through this, and now you get to see the really cool thing
Got
because they have all 4 pieces of this armor. So it's one of the highlight pieces of the mausoleum.
So then I'll pass it forward. In getting a superior position for myself, I also want to create an opening for the next person. So what I think I'll do is I'll walk up to her and lean in to the dagger and then use that momentum to pull her in front of me so that her back is against me and her front is facing everybody to hold her back so people have an opportunity.
And I would say what she chooses to do in this moment is she flicks her tail out and in this blinding motion, and instead of attacking you or attacking Caspian, she attacks the armor. And she smacks the breastplate, causing a crack to form in the back of the breastplate.
How could you?
I told you, even if you escape here, you will not be able to survive the currents.
What kind of librarian are you?
One that has knowledge of many things, dear girl, and I will not allow this place to continue with its desecration of things I hold dear. And but you have created an opportunity. So if another ally would like to step in and see what they can do with Francesca.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will. Well, hearing that phrase come out of librarian, they're going to look to. They're going to do something first, but hearing what Aura says back, just is there a help kind of thing in this? Like we do something together?
I would say that you can. Just go for it. You tell me. We'll make it work.
If we both want to, we can try and figure out, because I was thinking the exact same thing of what exactly do you hold dear? We can try and use the figure out a person bit, the move.
Yeah. They're just leaning against Aura and just looking at them, making eye contact and looking back, just, what do you want? My God, this is a lot of energy for nighttime.
This is a lot of energy for
I'm
nighttime.
gonna-
It's
yeah.
going in my forever.
We could have fun things happening. But I would like to use one of my advantages. Thank you.
Yes, please.
I didn't do anything. It's an 8.
That's still great. You may ask 2 questions, but they may ask one of you.
I mean, these aren't yours, but how would you feel if instead of you breaking that, I just grabbed this and like, as they're kind of reaching for it, those like, I'm still going to go into the currents. That's very brave of me. I made that choice. We're going to do it. How would you feel if I take that from you? And we'll try to go after the armor.
She is pinned by the blade, so it's really only her fin that can lash out right now. And how she responds to this is, I feel like you're only going to make things harder for yourself. What do you hope to get from allying yourself with people who could turn on you at any moment, remembering all of the things that you have done, my dear? And she will again lash out with her fin. She will miss, but now she's beginning to like writhe and trying to break the pin that Caspian has on her.
With that question, they'll answer with another question for them. They know me. And well, if they do betray me, good on them. For you, how could I get you to just let go? And they're going to go after the fin, looking to Aura like, go figure them out. I'm going to get this armor.
Fantastic. Aura, my dear, what please roll for your wit to figure out a person.
Yeah, I'll do my best. It's the only thing I'm good at. That is a 10 total.
Amazing. You may ask 2 questions.
Oh man. Okay. I'm going to immediately swim up and just grab this fellow librarian, or so I thought, by the face as best I can, trying to avoid the blades. And I go, oh, shoot. How would you feel if I took away the only modicum of safety and stability that you had? Because that's what our queens are, and have been, and will continue to be. Why do you want them destroyed so badly?
There will be safety whenever I rule in their stead, my dear. Don't you worry. We will all find more power in the future.
Oh, gosh.
Do you have another question that you would like to ask?
Oh, there's like 5 I want to ask from that. What do you mean more power? I'm gonna say, I'm just going to, as she kind of rise beneath me, I'm gonna kind of like look over at the 2 Queens Guard for a moment, and then look back at her and just go, what do you hope to gain from the fall of the kingdom? I assume beyond what she's already told me was just like ultimate power. Like anything more specific than that?
The queens waste what they are given, and what they have built is built on sand. There is nothing that there is more than anything that they could ask for. They could ask for the world, and they are not given it. They waste their potential. I could do so much more, and I will once their love is sundered and one of them is dead. And she will again lash out with her fin, trying to, and this time I will say, she connects with with one of the greaves, and again smacks it, and it actually falls off of the glass, and is beginning to fall down towards the bottom.
I'll die for it while the others hold her.
Okay. Will you roll me a daring?
Oh, that's something I'm not good at.
Good boy.
I believe
I
in
should have
you.
let the strong people do it. I rolled 2 ones. However, I do have an auto crit from our amazing audience who has donated so far.
Yes.
So, audience, thank you so much for your support and for saving my ass.
You dive and you snatch it out of the air, and you actually even and I would say that as you do it, you automatically put it on, and the greave forms itself around your arm, and you mechanically gain +1 to everything by placing this piece of armor on.
Oh,
So now all of your stats go up by 1.
okay.
And you look at it and you feel seen in a way, both vulnerable and seen and strong in a way that you have never felt in your whole life, by having a tangible connection to something from your past that you could never have hoped to find.
I'm gonna stare at the grieve. Grieve? Is grieve a singular? Anyway, I'm gonna stare at
It
it
is now.
as it latches onto my forearm. And as I'm below the rest of the party, I'm just gonna look up at them and yell as loudly as I can, "Put the armor on!" And then I end my
Love
turn.
this. So as you hear that, all of you, I will go ahead and give you all a moment to again. Francesca is pinned, and so I will say Drea and Liana have a moment to reach for the armor. Caspian, if you reach for it, you will be releasing Francesca.
No. I have the angry condition.
Yep.
I'm not releasing her. If anything, I want to dig the trident deeper.
Okay, you can absolutely do that. And she will gain another condition because of it.
yeah.
She is now frightened of you.
I want to use cutting words because I want to look at her and I want to grab her chin and force it toward me. You would trade benevolence for tyranny because you are a sad, lonely little girl. You are pathetic.
Not as pathetic as those who blindly follow in goodness.
At least when I die, I'll die loved.
And with that, I will say that Drea and Caspian, Liana. Sorry, I have all of your names written right here next to each other, and sometimes I just slip. I switch them. I'm so sorry. So if Drea and Liana take this moment, if you want to try to grab the armor, you can.
Yes.
Where Aura went, what is down below? Is it
It's
towards
just
the current? What's
seafloor.
like
It's
the seafloor?
it's the seafloor. It's because this is still a mausoleum, and so it's just the seafloor, and there's like a little gift shop down there.
Adorable. They trusting this new person, which is hard for Liana. They have a move called Used to Disappointment. When you rely upon or trust someone else with something important, say how you expect them to let you down.
Mhm.
And there are certain different things. They trust Aura, but they believe that they will look after the priceless items and not them.
Mhm.
So when they put the armor on, and immediately, like as soon as Aura says, like immediately puts it on and backs down to get to where Aura is.
Mhm.
They have pleasantly surprised them. I'm guessing it has the same kind of effect.
Mhm. Oh yeah, 100%. +1 to all of your stats.
And
Which piece did you
feeling like
grab?
I don't
There is.
know.
Oh, I'll say you grabbed the other greave.
Amazing.
So you and Aura both have a greave.
They pleasantly surprise me, so they gain another string on me.
Amazing. I love that. And then Drea, what do you reach for?
What 2 pieces are left? I know we had 2 greaves and
There is the cracked breastplate, and then there is the helmet.
Because the helmet looks solid,
Mm-hmm.
Drea takes the breastplate.
Okay. So as that happens, I love this. This is making me so happy. So as that happens, Francesca is going to back into Caspian and slam her against the glass wall, and it now is and it causes a crack, and now the glass wall that goes up for 100 feet is now beginning to splinter.
Is that the best you got?
I will say that you gain another condition.
That's fine.
And I will say you're beginning to feel a little hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
But she is frightened of you.
Come on. You want to be a ruler so bad, you're going to have to be able to make punches and blows a little bit harder than that. You want people to fear you? Come on, little girl. Hit me!
And again, she will slam you into the glass, and on this second time, the wall shatters, and the breastplate falls, as do all of the other pieces of artifacts, because they are hanging from they're all hanging from the glass, and so they all begin to fall and rain down upon you all. So I need everyone to roll let's say daring.
That's my bad.
I'm remember
angry right now.
you have some autocrits, you have some advantages to be given to us by our amazing audience who are donating to
11.
Planned Parenthood, and so this is to essentially try to get out of the way of the falling artifacts.
So I rolled 2 1s. I'm going to use an advantage.
I love this.
Could I use my auto crit
Mhm.
and then grab 1 or 2?
Yes. I will have you. I would love. Oh yes, because you're critting. Yes, absolutely, you can do that. I will say you grab a piece of cloth, like a piece of that netting that you saw Aura looking at earlier, and you also grab a piece of you grab a bowl, a pottery bowl. I don't know why this was necessary. But so those are the 2 pieces that you grab. But the breastplate is plummeting now to the bottom as well. And as the artifacts fall, one of them cracks into Francesca's head and she slumps.
Go!
Diana, Brooke, and Candace, what all did you roll?
I got a 9.
Okay.
Total.
Okay.
I got an 11.
Nice.
So you know how I had an advantage?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it didn't fix it.
Okay.
You roll another 2 1s?
Yeah.
No way. Brooke.
And
Brooke,
so
get rid of those dice.
I'm gonna change my dice out.
And so as the piece smacks into both Aura and Drea managed to swim out of the way of the falling artifacts, holding up arms to avoid. But Francesca gets hit, and so does Caspian, and they both plummet down. And as they hit the bottom, the artifacts fall and bury them both. And so Caspian is trapped beneath the fallen artifacts. So is Francesca, but Caspian is as well.
Can I try to... Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
I was going to ask if Drea could defy disaster.
Absolutely. Tell me what that does as I find it.
So as all of these, because I got an 11 and that's like a regular success,
Yeah.
as all of these artifacts are falling, it would be awesome if the one that falls on top of Caspian, if Drea can like be there holding it back.
Love that. So, and I forgot it was the crown.
Yes.
That was fun because you have the breastplate. What I will say is that Caspian, as Francesca goes limp in your arms, she also becomes dead weight, and she pulls you down with her. And you are anticipating that as you are pulled down, you can feel it coming. Something is going to fall on you. You've passed all of these artifacts, all of these beautiful things from the past, and you know that it's going to fall. You know you're going to be crushed. But it doesn't come. And you look up and you find that you're still here. You're still alive. You look up and you see Drea, your childhood friend, your fellow Queen's Guard, someone who has so often left you behind, fucked off when you two were supposed to be working together, has someone who has consistently not been there for you in so many moments. She's here right now. They are here right now when you need them most. And they are holding back not an artifact, but a piece of glass that was going to fall upon you. And as Drea pushes it aside, you look up and you see her. You see them looking down at you. And what do you say, Drea?
So, I'm here, you know. I know sometimes I'm not, and I'm always chasing the wrong thing, and I'm in the wrong places at the wrong times, and right now I'm here. Can I do anything for you? Are you all right?
You're too sweet to be.
Impossible.
You really feel like you have to do something?
For you, I would do anything.
I think she got my head.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah,
Drea immediately starts like patting all over your head and through your
I
hair.
know, it really hurts. Maybe you could kiss it better.
Oh my goodness. All right. And I think she kisses first the bump, and then forehead, and then nose, and then leans in with consent for a very long and passionate kiss.
She meets you halfway.
Oh, hooray! And you two both get +1 to help each other. Yay! And for Aura and Liana, what are you both doing in this moment?
I think just kind of clutching the armor and watching, I suppose. But not in the awkward way where it's like, oh, staring. We're not staring, but I'm just kind of like looking over at the
little
armor
staring.
and at them, and then like kind of like looking away as it is a realistic.
Where else are we going to look at? The gift shop?
Each other, probably.
They like looking at them, what's happening, and then they meet Aura's gaze just, and they pull out the netting
Oh.
You got it.
and go up to them, take their hand, and this one's not that good. It wouldn't really sell well. I feel like it would be good in that
You don't
library
have
of
to
yours.
say that. I mean, why do you have to talk? It's not about monetary. It's about like spiritual. I thought we went over this. I thought this was a whole lesson. It's fine. Come
What
here.
was the
and she
lesson?
just, it's this, and she grabs you and pulls you in for a kiss.
Yay!
Double kisses.
Double kisses. That means everybody
At the
gets
same time.
bonuses.
Everybody gets
Everyone
Everybody
kiss
gets
it.
bonuses. Hell
I love
yeah.
the love
are
tunnel that's supposed to be a
forward
mausoleum.
Best place. They're like surprised at first. So it's like full eyes wide, what's happening? But as soon as like Aura kisses them, they will um their mimicry kind of fades back to this blue and orange octopus, and with their arms they like grab Aura and kind of spin them around.
Aw.
Just maybe don't take from what I guess is my family again, and then we're cool. Take from anyone else. That's maybe when I have my back turned, and we're not, paying attention. The
If
mantis
you
shrimp is
can
cool.
tell me all
Candy's
the little stories about them, I won't steal from your grandmother again. Wonderful lady, really nice taste and stuff. Actually, this might be her still here.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks for that. She kind of just takes it. Great.
Looks great on you.
Thank you. And she looks genuinely for a moment at you, as if the entire rest of the decay of her history isn't happening around her. And after a moment, entirely too long of a pause of just kind of looking at you and looking into your eyes, she just slowly tears them away and looks back up at the other two, and then looks back down at the abyss below and just goes, I mean, should we save the queen? Or, I mean, I'm happy to stay here. Don't get me wrong. This is great. This is, sorry, this is very new to me. This is all, do we have to
Okay,
This is all.
librarian, and they'll kind of like help them down, kind of alert the Queen's Guard, and with like a hand out to Aura, I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, that's that's great. That's good. And she just sticks her hand out towards you. So cool.
So I will say that the four of you search the the four of you try to find the circlet, try to find the helmet.
Yeah.
Then I would love it if all of you could roll me a let's say grace. It's agility.
That's not what
And
Liana
remember,
has.
all the three of you have +1 to all of your stats right now if you have armor on.
I have a
8.
grand total of 7.
I have a good 4 minus 1 plus 1 for a 4.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my auto crit because I feel like this is kind of important.
Fantastic.
10.
I love it. Drea, what did you get?
I got an 8.
Okay, great.
Back to 8s, I guess.
It's my favorite number.
Oh. So I will say that you, for a moment, you really do think that you're not going to be able to find it. But then who was it that who used the auto crit? Aura?
Mhm.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Aura, you just as you're about to give up, you spy out of the corner of your eye that shining, shimmering silver that makes up this smooth helmet. And you swim down and you are able to pluck it from where it was covered by an ancient scroll, and you are able to. It is a little damaged, but you are able to present it to Caspian, and now all four of you are Sirens blessed, and you feel as though you could survive the currents. So you leave the mausoleum, you leave the safety of Thalassa, and you head into the deep sea to where all of your lives you have been told is the one place you should not go. And you see this whirlpool of terrifying water thrashing and pulling you close. You have to brace yourself to not be pulled in. But isn't that what you want? And so now you each have the choice to go in and try to find The garden, the flora of light.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. If anything, it's just deeper history, deeper family history.
Seeing the water rushing the way it is, Caspian's entire body locks up.
Drea grabs your arm.
Mm.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm
I don't
fine.
think I've ever been in the presence of you scared before. Is that what this is?
I'm not scared.
Apprehensive, then, maybe.
Apprehensive's a good word for it.
Yes, first of all, you've got this. And she kind of strokes the bottom of the helmet and adjusts it on your head.
Lean into it.
Second of all, you've got us.
That's different. It's different than last time. So it'll be fine. You're here this time. It'll be fine.
I'll always be here from now on.
I know.
I think she inches you toward the whirlpool.
Swim slowly. Do you think if we put our hand in first, it won't be as bad?
Liana,
Potentially.
are you also moving towards the whirlpool? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, when they had failed at looking for the circlet, they just had their hand out for aura, and when they said ready to go, they're just going towards the whirlpool.
Great. So as all four of you inch closer, and as Caspian tries to just maybe like put a hand in, you are all, the second that you get close enough and the second that your bodies relax just enough to let the water begin to pull you in, and it is terrifying. You are thrown. You you cannot tell up from down. That is one of the things that as merfolk you are good at, is knowing your position in the water at all times. You can't get lost. You know where you are. But you are lost, you are thrown, you are tossed, and up is down and down is up and right is left and left is right. And then you see that shining silver of the Sirens' blessed armor from all four of you. And like the points of a compass, you are able to orient yourselves and reach out and grasp each other and hold on to the four of you as you all descend through this whirlpool. And you land in a beautiful garden. And you are water tossed, wind tossed, makes sense to me. You are a bit topsy-turvy, but you have successfully braved the currents. You have done something that no other Thalassian merfolk has ever done. You call Gracie, and she chatters over the clamshell, and she excitedly points you to where the proper healing plant is. You get a few of them. You even maybe grab one or a few others just for fun. And as you grab it up, you see a school of unusual fish that sweep around you, and you again like go a little bit topsy-turvy, and your fins get tangled together for a moment, and there's a little bit of having to disentangle everyone from each other as the chaos of just being in a new place with new flora and fauna sort of makes you a little bit overwhelmed for just a second, as you even have a moment where you're trying to figure out where exactly you are in the garden because the fish have thrown you off so much. But you are able to gather the herbs and the plants that you need, even a few extra for Gracie, and return through the whirlpool. And this time, it is not as chaotic as you thought it would be, because now you know your way through the swirling water, and you know that with your friend's hands in yours, you can make it through anything. And so you swim back up, you return to Thalassa, you bring the plants to Gracie, and she whips up a potion, and it is presented to Queen Arabella and Queen Zelina. And Queen Zelina drinks, and she begins to breathe evenly for the first time in weeks. And you know that you have saved not just a queendom, not just a city, not just the people within it. You have saved a love that has lasted for eons, and a love that will continue to last as long as Thalassa stands. And that is our story.
Yay! So beautiful.
I hope that everyone enjoyed. Thank you again to everyone who donated. I am so pleased that we managed to make our goal. Do we know what our final total was? Amazing.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you all so much. As always, I would love to go around, and if everybody could give their names and their socials so that people know where to find you. And then we'll wrap up. So we will start with Candace.
Hi, everybody. My name is Candace, also known as Candace the Magnificent. You can find me at the Candace Marie on Blue Sky, at Candace Magnificent everywhere else. I'm a TTRPG performer, a voice actor, writer, and a bunch of other stuff. If you want to see me in more things, just check those socials out. And you can also find me on the podcasts Three Black Halflings as a co-host, Bloom and Blight, as well as Wayward Autumnal and Partial Veil. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being so generous with both your time and your money. We really appreciate it.
Moz, if you'd like to go next.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Moz. You can find me everywhere at It's Mozzarelle or here on Twitch with the 3 L's. One day we'll all match, I promise. But until then, I do voice acting as well, and play games with my community. We're going to be doing like Date Everything, and what was the other one that we've been playing over? I can't remember. But also am a producer and run things over at Starcrawl RPG, which was just running a game of The Between. So definitely go check that out. But I will be traveling in the next week, so definitely follow me on the socials so you can check out cool stuff and pictures. I'll try to be good at pictures. I can't promise that. I tend to forget, but when they're there, they'll be great.
Diana, if you would like to go next.
Yeah, I also don't take pictures and only ever repost pictures that other people have taken of me, honestly. But hi, I'm Diana Faye. I'm also known as Diana with a Rose on the internet. I'm a primarily short form creator, so I'm over on TikTok, Reels, and Shorts, mostly teaching people how to play tabletop games a little bit better and do all the fancy stuff that we do here and on big name tables, but more easily. I promise it's so much easier than it sounds or looks when we do it. But that's a lot of my content. I'm also a YouTuber, a Twitch partner, and member of the Latin Guild, Pride Guild, and Women's Guild. And then I'm also one of the 2 hosts of the Worlds Apart podcast, where my friend Odie and I just sit around and do some completely off-the-cuff world building, totally improvised, very comedy forward. Beyond that, I am also going to be traveling this next week. I'm going to be at Gen Con, and then beyond that for the rest of the year, I'm going to be at PAX Unplugged, PAX West, PAX Australia, and then TwitchCon as well. So if you see me around, please come say hello. And yeah, that's me.
And Brooke?
Hi, bye. I'm Brooke. You might know me in line as Brooke Smart, and I have loved playing with these people. Everyone here is so talented. I am an actor and a cosplayer and a tabletop guy. I love TTRPGs, and I'm so happy to be able to create stories with people I absolutely adore. I will also be traveling next week for Gen Con. And I often post pictures of me that other people take first because I'm also bad at taking pictures. So if you see me in person, say hi, because that might be the only thing you see of me. I'm going to throw it to Dani.
I have been your game master this evening. My name is Dani Carr. You can find me online at It's Dani Carr on Twitter. No, I'm not on Twitter anymore. I'm on Blue Sky. You can find me at It's Dani Carr, and then on Instagram at This Dani Carr. I also I write a webcomic with my amazing wife. It is called The Witch Wolf, and you can read it at thewitchwolf.org. It is a comic about witches, about witch sisters trying to protect a magical forest, even as werewolves and vampires try to make their lives just a little bit harder. I also work with Critical Role as their lore keeper, and that is where you can find me most of the time. So, but yeah, thank you all so much. We have been here with Women of TTRPG. It is their 5th anniversary celebration. Women of TTRPG is a community-run project celebrating and uplifting all women in the TTRPG industry and community through interviews, fundraisers, events, and more. And you can find them on Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, or you may even join the coven over on Discord. We've been fundraising for Planned Parenthood, which has unfortunately been defunded by the Trump administration and Congress, but they are still fighting to supply their vital services, providing birth control, abortion, screenings, and other sexual health and reproductive care and education for all. And it has been an incredible opportunity to be able to raise money for this amazing institution, to be able to work with an amazing group like Women of TTRPG, and to play with these incredible players. Thank you all so much for your time, for your money, whenever circumstances are so difficult for so many. And please remember to always, always take care of everyone around you. All my love.
Thanks, guys. Bye.